My name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around.
To the gap. Fields and Miller going back into it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding the birds coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here in right field. It is treetop tall and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make their neck like a guillotine. Woo, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the city with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the city with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the city with a playwright, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Sports Network. I am your host, Jalen Gillis, and we are here for another Friday Night Flex here. It's Friday Night Lights, everybody, in Central Texas. Most of you guys either on your way to a game or a lot of you guys kicking it back this week and getting a chance to sit back, relax, watch a little bit of games. A lot of teams are on a bye. We'll talk about that. On Friday Night Flex, we go through all the games here in Central Texas, give you guys live scoring updates on what is going on around the Central Texas area in high school football. So we'll be doing that this evening as well. Of course, we'll give you guys some analysis. We're about halfway through the season. I can't believe we're already here, but it's October. Hopefully it starts cooling off. I didn't get any of that today. The fair is out, so we're starting to get that real deal football weather, folks. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here today, whether you're watching over on YouTube, Centex Sports Network / Centex Sports TV. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also like and share this stream as well. You can also tune in and watch on Facebook, Centex Sports Network, and you can catch us on our website, CentexSportsNetwork.com. That is CentexSportsNetwork.com. Make sure you guys go over there, check us out. Free subscription. Just need your name and your email to get signed up, and you'll be able to catch all of our content, including we've got more MCC volleyball coming up tomorrow. That is at 1 o'clock here on Centex Sports Network. So make sure you guys are tuning in for that as well. Like I said, folks, a lot of teams on a bye this week, but we are still going to give you guys some analysis on the games going on tonight. We'll give you guys kind of a rough recap of this first few weeks of the season. A lot of teams halfway through their season. District play is starting for everybody next week for sure. Some teams already in district. So we'll talk about that today as well. Well, joining me here on the set, we've got the man you see up here every single week with us, the WISD Hall of Famer, former Texas Tech Red Raider, and former San Diego Charger, Mr. Wayne Walker, in the building with us. Wayne, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Jalen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like Jalen said, it's a bye week for the high schools as they get ready for district. I think most teams want to take a bye week to kind of prepare for that district, which is more important than non-district, where you're trying to get ready and get your team ready to compete for what's the most important thing, district. And winning district or getting first, second, or third in district will get you out and get you into the playoffs. So, hey, here we are. Like you said, October already.
Yeah, it's flying by. And like you said, man, district is where it all really starts to count. A couple of teams are in district play tonight. We'll talk about Chilton and Mart. We'll talk about Midway versus Shoemaker coming up in a few minutes. That should be a really good one. But a lot of these teams, especially, District 12, those guys are on a bye this week. But this is where the games really start to count, man. We've got to kind of get a taste of these teams early throughout the season to see, okay, who do we think is going to be a contender? Who are the guys that are for real this year? But district play is where it all starts to count. And you can't count a guy's record from their non-district and expect that to be the team that comes in district play. Because, Wayne, as you know, it's a completely another season when you enter into district play.
No doubt about it. The thing about non-district is you're playing teams, you're playing up and down. And some of the teams in Central Texas have played competitive schedules, teams that were ranked to kind of see where they stand. And now they get to play teams that they're familiar with, district foes, and these type of rivalry games. So it's much more on the line right now when you talk about district and playing teams across town.
Yeah. When you're playing in district, and that was a great point at the end there, you're playing a team across the town. These are guys you know. These are guys you probably played youth football with. All of those things go out the window. You're trying to win a district title, and we're going to get a chance to see that. Want to start with a game that we had last night. That was a super exciting game, and that was the Lorena Leopards taking on the Land Passes Badgers. Lampasas is off to a phenomenal start this year. So is Lorena. So this was a clash of the Titans between these two teams, especially when you're talking about offensive firepower. And we had a shootout last night as Lorena fell short 42-35 against Lampasas. This was, like I said, a shootout the entire game. Jackson Blanchett, another great stat line for him, 368 yards in this game. Lorena had 450 total yards of offense, but it still wasn't enough to get past this Lampasas team that seems to keep coming to Waco and finding a way to win. Last week, they played a university team. They were able to win in that game. This week, they come down to Lorena, find themselves getting another win in the Waco area. This Lorena team, a super, super high-powered offense, but Coach Johnson spoke about their defense, saying, hey, the defense has got to be able to get some stops, get some timely stops when they need them. The offense has been rolling. Yeah. They put up 30-plus points in just about every single game. Jackson Blanchett leads in all quarterback stats just about in Central Texas area. Brody DeLeon and Carson Miller to kind of complete the triplets is what I've been calling them. They are top 5 in all stats for running backs and for receivers as well. So this offense has been on fire, but their defense just hasn't been able to get some stops. I believe Lampasas opened up the game last night. 2 plays, 130 yards for 2 touchdowns to start the game. So it's always tough when you're in a hole like that just to start the game out. Now you have to play catch up. Brody DeLeon, only 80 yards in that game last night, also had 50 yards receiving, but not his usual stat line rushing the ball because Lorena was down early. And when you're down early, you kind of go away from your game plan. You start to pass the ball more, and they really leaned on their quarterback heavy in this game. They got a chance to be able to tie it up in a 2-minute drill, weren't able to be successful and get all the way down the field. Lampasas gets the win late in the game, 42-35. What do you think about this Lorena team and losing to Lampasas, but the amount of offensive stats that these guys have been able to put up week in and week out has really been amazing to watch so far this year.
Well, they beat up on a couple of Central Texas teams.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. I mean, I think the week before they beat University. So,
yeah, they did.
Man, Lampasas is something to be reckoned with this year.
For sure.
A team that I didn't see beating University, but beat University and then comes back and backdoors that and beats a Lorena team that's pretty good. But like you said, with Lorena, once you fall behind, you become predictable. So the other team knows what you have to do because now you have to rely on your pass to come back. So when that happens and you can't stop anyone, the only thing you can do is just try to put the ball in the air and throw it and try to catch up. And so you become predictable. But I think Lorena's going to be all right. I think they're in a tough district with La Vega and Robinson and China Springs. So they're going to have to keep showing and showing that type of resilience and throwing the ball and be prolific on offense.
Yeah, Coach Johnson kind of spoke about their defense just needing to get a couple of those timely stops throughout the game, and I have to agree. I mean, when your offense is putting up the amount of numbers that they've been putting up all year long, your defense just gets a couple of stops here and there, it'll be pretty good for your team. A team that's similar to them offensively and has been putting out a lot of great offensive success so far this year is Robinson, who they'll be playing next week on Friday. So, I mean, you can really expect a shootout next Friday when these two teams line up against each other. Bryce McCurdy, the quarterback for Robinson, along with Evan Marino, who's already eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark and we're only 5 games into the season. He's already over the 1,000-yard mark. Those two offenses get together, man, you can really expect some fireworks next weekend when those guys play at Robinson, I believe, is where they'll be playing at. That should be a really, really fun one. But this Lorena team is going to be no easy out when they get in the district. You got to, if nothing else, you're going to have to put up points to even be able to stay in the game with this Lorena team. And I think that's what they bring into this District 12. Now that they're newly put in, they jumped up from 3A Division I to 4A Division II this summer. First year in 4A Division II. They got a real test ahead of them these next few weeks.
No doubt about it, man. You want to get off to a fast start. Every game in district is a tough game, especially in that district. And so a win here in every game is important. So you have to go out and you want to start off fast and get a leg up on the rest of the district by going 1-0. So it's going to be a big game next week. And like you said, like every one of these games are rivalry games, so it'll be packed. Lorena, Robinson, right down the road from each other.
Yeah, right
and,
there.
And both teams feel like they have a legitimate chance of winning district, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's going to be a super fun one next Friday when they get to match up against each other. Like you said, just two teams right down the street from each other, probably a mile or even less than that from their high school. So that should be a real fun one next Friday. But Lampasas gets another victory out here in Central Texas in the Waco areas. They win 42-35 over Lorena. This Lorena team, as you said, you can't count them out in district, even though they've got a couple losses. Similar to a team we saw last week as Midway played Harker Heights. Midway fell short, got their first loss of the season against Heights, 24-21. Heights was a team that came in with a couple of pre-district losses. But when you get in the district, it's a brand new season. Now they're 1-0 in district play. This week, Midway's got another formidable opponent in Colleen Shoemaker, who is undefeated on the season, 5-0, just coming off a victory against another undefeated team in the Temple Wildcats. They gave them their first loss last week, getting a 1-0 start in district. Now they're playing a Midway team that's looking to rebound. Their offense is going to be hungry this game because nobody got their stat line that they had for the first 3 or 4 games of the season in this last game, playing against a really good Heights defense. They're going to be looking to rebound against the Shoemaker team. They're playing on the road against a team that's undefeated, against a team that you really need a win in when it comes to competing for this district title. You dropped one to Heights. Heights is the reigning district champ in that district. Shoemaker was right behind them last year. Shoemaker looking to take over as a district champ this year. But Midway's still right in that running. You're 4-1. You lost one in district play, but now you get another shot to come out against a team that you think is going to be right at the top of that district. So if you get a win against a team like Shoemaker, that can really put you above the rest in the district, especially when you've got Temple the following week right after that. So they got a tough 3-game sketch to start their district off. I said it seems like they're playing the 2 or 3 best teams in the district to start district.
They're in the gauntlet, man. And like you say, the thing you don't want to do is you don't want to start off 0-2 in your district. And so this is really a big game for Midway. And I fully expect for Midway to come out and show what they really have. Like I said, you don't want to go 0-2. It's a tough district, and I know they take 3 teams out of the district or 3 or 4 out of their district. But the one thing you don't want to do is be playing for a playoff bid at the end of October or the beginning of November. So you want to kind of get it done, and you want to kind of scratch and crawl your way right now and get those wins.
Yeah, this is the time where you try to get that leg up, as you said. When it gets to late October, early November, sometimes your destiny is already out of your hands at that point. You're just kind of playing out there. You don't want to get into that scenario or into that situation. So these games are super, super important. We know what this Midway offense can do. Andrew McNair, a guy that's thrown for 1,000 yards this season. He's got a couple of receivers that can go and get it that's already over 200 to 300 yards out there with Jacoby Hamilton and Tyler Seath. He's got one of the best running back duos in the state of Texas with Latham Wissington and then also with Jaden Fields-Vaughn. With those 2 guys, they got to see if they can get those guys back in the rhythm and establish a running game to start it, because I think that kind of got away from them in last week's win. They got down early, or last week's loss, they got down early against Heights. From there, they had to kind of abandon the running game a little bit, but you've got 2 guys that are already 500 yards or plus 500 yards on the season that's already got 5 touchdowns apiece to start the season. That's where your offense has got to go through. You're able to keep your defense off of the field more, able to get them some rest, and you're able to control the possession and control that clock whenever you run the ball for this game. What do you think Midway has to do to come out with a win going to Shoemaker today?
Well, just like you said, you got to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. These guys have proven that they can take it the distance. I mean, you talk about one guy with 7 touchdowns, and then you talk about one with a kickoff, one with 10 touchdowns and a kickoff return. So you have to, if you want to be successful on offense, get it in the hands of your playmakers. Those guys are averaging about 19 yards, per carry, per catch. So you want to get the ball in those guys' hands and rely on them. And your quarterback with 2 other receivers, offense seems to be your biggest trait and the thing that's working for you. So You have to be balanced on offense where you can run the ball with your good running backs and then also pass it when necessary.
Yeah, creating that balance is going to be huge for Midway. Passing the ball, but not overly passing the ball, not forcing the ball down the field, but getting the plays that come to you with the running game that opens up your offense. So this is going to be a really fun one. That game's scheduled at 7 o'clock. This Colleen Shoemaker team is no joke. As I said, they took out Temple, who hadn't lost a game yet until they played them. They're going to play Heights right after this. Midway has got this tough 3-game stretch here where they get Heights, they get Shoemaker. Next week, they got the Temple Wildcats, who are also a really formidable team. And then they got a bye week after that. So you got to kind of try to push all the way through until you get to that bye week in order for Midway to come out on top where they're trying to be at the top of this district.
Yeah, well, you have to be at least 2-1. Doing that, because then you're playing all the teams that you figure that's going to be at the top of the district. And so winning against one of those teams or all those teams is important, and you already behind the gun right now because you lost the game. So this game is very important tonight, especially when you have to play a Temple team next week who can be just as dangerous and fighting for the same thing that you're fighting for. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm anxious to see how this game plays out tonight.
Yeah, this should be a really fun one between Midway and Colleen Shoemaker. It starts at 7 o'clock, so just in a few minutes. One more that's starting at 7 o'clock in just a few minutes that I'm sure both towns will be packed out for this, and that is Chilton versus Mart. This is always a really good rivalry whenever these two teams can match up against each other. We just talked about Lorena and Robinson being down the street from each other. Well, Chilton and Mart are down the street from each other well, all in a small area that has so much talent when you think about Mart and Chilton and Marlin and Crawford is not too far from there. All those small towns that are right up on each other. Bremond, not too far from there as well. This Chilton team is off to a phenomenal start. Their quarterback, Marneco Thomas Jr., is kind of a do-it-all guy in their offense. He's got over 500 yards rushing. He's got 4 or 5 passing touchdowns to go along with it. He's been doing a lot for this Chilton Pirates team, and I think Chilton has a shot to go all the way to state this year. We saw them make a state run a couple of years ago. This team is just as good as that team that we saw in 2022, 2023. So I'm really excited about this Chilton's Pirate team. They're taking on a Mart team that, by their standards, this is a down year. They started off 1-3, but they haven't played any slouches to start the season. They've come out and played some really good games to start. They've got a new head coach. When you lose a head coach, you're trying to keep that same culture going. But with the coach with as many wins as Coach Torres had out there at Mart, I mean, it's going to be hard to replace that. Mart is a team that's in the history books in Texas for as far as the amount of wins and winning percentage over the last couple of decades. So we know what to expect out of this Mart team. Yeah, they're 1-3 right now, but this isn't a team that you can just roll in, especially going to Mart, and think you're going to get an easy win. This is going to be a dogfight. Both cities are going to be shut down to come out here and come watch this game. It's going to be standing room only. I'm sure you're going to see people lined up along the fences, probably already right now, Wayne. They're probably already out there along the fence lined up to watch this game. What do you think about Chilton and Mart playing in just a few minutes?
Man, you talking about when you talk about bragging rights for a city, and Chilton and Mart get together, two traditional powers, and Mart has came out on the top end of that most of the time, but now Chilton has a chance to get them back. You know, while you having a down year, but hey, man, like you said, they closed the whole town down. These two towns that got one stoplight in them. And it's going to be rocking tonight, believe me. And it's going to be a lot of traffic going through those one lights.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like I said, man, they when you talk about these two teams getting together, man, it's for bragging rights. And like I said, Mart has gotten the best of that for so long, and now Chilton has a chance to exact revenge on these guys. So I'm looking at Chilton to pretty much win this one tonight. But Mart is a school and a town with a lot of pride. So it's going to be it's going to be a dogfight. So, but I look for Chilton to win this one.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fun game between two teams that are going to be familiar with each other. The guys on Chilton know the guys on Mart. Like I said before, they probably played youth football together with these guys, all type of different things. But I expect Chilton to come out with a victory in this game. But I expect Chilton to – this is a team that I have on a 10-0 watch is what I call it. I think this is a team that can go all the way through the entire season, regular season, without losing the game. So Chilton, I expect a lot out of these guys. Like I said, their quarterback, a dynamic athlete. You'll see him a lot tonight. For those of you that are going to get a chance to watch that Chilton and Mart game, Mart, you can't count these guys out. Yeah, they've lost some games, but they played a Whitney team that's a few classifications above them. They played a Bremont team that hasn't lost in almost 2 years. Those are some of the teams that they lost to early on in the season. So they're expecting, even though they're down right now and Chilton is doing a good job, they still have that big brother mentality. I don't care how good y'all are.
It's a school with a lot of pride and a lot of tradition, so they're going to play hard and they're going to fight. So you can't just go down and lay out and just think you're going to come out with a victory. You're going to have to play these guys. So like you said, man, and then you talk about the tradition and then the towns talking among each other and these guys knowing each other growing up. Man, this is a big ball game. Anything can happen. I think right now Chilton has the edge, but anything can happen in this game. So if Mart was to win, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, if Mart wins, no one should be surprised, man. Like I said, these guys are in the history books as far as how many wins they've accumulated over the last couple of decades. So you can't ever count this Mart team out. They've got championship DNA, regardless if these guys have won a championship or not. We've talked about this before on here, Wayne. When you see the banners and you see the jerseys and you see all these guys that come before you, you know the standard that's set at your school.
Exactly,
you know what you expect when you put that M on your helmet going out there to play for Mart.
And no doubt about it, man. I mean, like you said, a lot of tradition, a lot of pride, man. And that's from you. That's from Pampers on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That don't just start when you get to junior high or elementary to junior. It starts when you put a Pamper on, man, and you have that pride and that town pride, and that's what you're kind of bred to do. So, like I said, man, they're gonna go out and fight. They're gonna go out and fight, and a team like Mort, they don't stay down long.
No,
they don't stay down long. They just kind of rebuild, and I just think it's one of those years where they're rebuilding, and they'll be right back on top pretty soon.
Yeah, I expect Mart to be able to, even if they don't win in this game, to be able to bounce back as they move further throughout the season. Like we said earlier, they're going to take 4 teams from the district. So Mart could very well find themselves in the playoffs. And once you're in the playoffs, you're in. At that point, it's just taking it week by week and finding a way to go out there and win games. So I still expect a lot out of this Mart team, even though they've gotten off to a slow start. That's what makes it fun to watch district play, because that pre-district schedule and that pre-district record really goes out of the window once it does start. Let's take a quick look at some of these other games here tonight. I'll give you guys a rundown of the few games. Like I said, most teams on a bye week this week. So we're going to talk a few different things here tonight outside of some high school football. We'll touch a little bit of college football. We'll also touch some NFL and some topics going on around the world of sports as well. Let's look at some of these games for tonight. Lake Belton and Georgetown Eastview will be playing at 7 o'clock. Georgetown Eastview 3-1 in that game. They're playing at home. A real battle in 2A Division I. Valley Mills and Axtell, both teams right here in this Central Texas area. Both teams 4-1 on the season so far. Expect a shootout in that game. Dawson versus Bosqueville. Bosqueville has kind of flown right under the radar in 2A Division I. They're 5-0 to start the season off as they get ready to go in the district. They're another team I have on my 10-0 watch list. This is a team that has been playing great against different type of competition all season long, so I expect them to be able to extend that success throughout district play as well. Bremont and Wortham. Bremont is 4-0. They're ranked top 3 in the state. Expect Bremont to come out here and get a victory against a Wortham team that's still looking for their first win of the season. 4-0 Frost versus Meridian. That game is at 7 o'clock in Meridian. Hubbard versus Goldwaite. Hubbard and Goldwaite both 2-2 on the season as they're getting ready to play in Goldwaite. As we get down to the lower level divisions, Live Oak and Monster Sacred Heart. Live Oak 3-2 on the season. Look for them to come out with a victory here tonight. Blum versus Texas Winds. Texas Winds 5-0 so far on the season. Penelope and Covington, both teams looking for their first win of the season. So somebody will go into Monday feeling a little bit better, Wayne, about that season.
No doubt.
Hill County Wolves versus Abbott. Abbott 2-3 on the season. That game at 7:30. Mount Calm versus Coolidge. Really good matchup between Mount Calm team is 5-0. Coolidge, who is 4-1 on the season. Expect a good matchup there. Aquila, who is 5-0 once again. This is the team that we're used to seeing being 5, 6, 7-0 throughout the season. Taking on Bynum here tonight. Expect Aquila to come out with a victory as they're playing at home. Golson and Iredell play tomorrow at 7:30. Iredell 2-3 on the season. Golson 1-4. Jonesboro taking on Austin Royal School home school. They're 5-0. This Austin Royals homeschool, we go through the list every single week. I see them come out with a victory every time they come down to the Central Texas area. So expect a good game out of them here today. Gustine and Morgan playing at 7:30. Both teams with 3 wins on the season. Cransville, Gap, and Copperell playing at 7 o'clock. Evant and Buckholtz playing at 7 p.m. tonight. Vanguard got a victory last night over Fort Worth Temple Christian, 68-0. So Vanguard off to another great start this season. Belleville Faith and Valor Prep play at 7 o'clock. And then Waco Christian and Taylor St. Mary's will get us out of here for tonight. Like I said, not as big of a slate of games for tomorrow. A lot of teams on the bye. A lot of teams getting ready for district play next week. We'll preview some of those games here today as well that they have for next week. Wayne, we're about halfway through the season. As you get to this point in the season and you're in high school, is this where you feel like, man, I really start to get my rhythm, I feel comfortable within the offense or the defense that I'm playing in, and I understand who my teammates are? I know the guy that's going to make the play out there. I know the guys that are going to show up with me week in and week out. How do you start to feel now that when you get to that halfway point through the season?
Well, you're familiar with your teammates. Mm-hmm. You're familiar with what you're trying to do offensively. You're familiar with everything, and you should be. Mm-hmm. You should be. Now you get to this point to where you're halfway through the season. Now we're starting district, so we should have some. And I'm an offensive player, so we should have some rhythm to the offense and know what exactly we're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Play calling and the execution, all of that type of stuff plays hand in hand in that situation. So you should have that rhythm. You should have that flow. You should have that comfortability with your teammates to know, who's going to get the job done and who's not. So now instead of thinking about doing it and figuring out if am I doing it right or wrong, you should know at this point. You should know, and you should be comfortable doing it. So when you and then fatigue also says you in shape. Yeah. You in shape. When you first start football, those first couple of weeks can be tough. Yeah. But then once you start to get the rhythm and you start to get into game shape, things should start happening a little bit easier. Now you can breathe out on the field. You don't have to take plays off. And you get to district, and sometimes you may have some nagging injuries that you sustain during the preseason or non-district schedule, I may say. And you have these little nagging injuries that come into play, so you have to start playing. It's a difference between being hurt and being injured. Mm-hmm. You can play through injuries, but when you hurt, you can't really play. So, and a lot of people sustain that. A lot of teams deal with that. So now you're at this point to where, hey, man, it's time to go to work. I know what I'm doing on the field. Now it's time to take care of business. Yeah. Once you're comfortable out there, and like you said, being in shape, first couple of games, your lungs going to be on fire. Your body's hurting. You've been getting hit in the offseason, but you ain't been getting hit. You've been getting hit by your homeboys who ain't going to hit you that hard. Now you getting hit by somebody who don't know anything about you. Well, you've been hitting the weights. So you ain't been getting hits, and you don't get hit in practice too much, because it's not a lot of live action going on within. But now that you've played 4 or 5 non-district games, now you should be ready. Now you should be ready for the hit. You should know how to protect yourself. You should know how to run the ball. You should know how to. There's a lot of things that you should be accustomed to now, because now you've already played 4 or 5 games to get ready for this point, which is the most important part of the season, which is the district schedule, where everything counts now. It's always good to be district champs. This is the way you're judged now. When you come out of high school, when you was a senior, did we win district? We had second in district. What did we do in the playoffs? These are those memories that you start to create when you're a high school senior and a junior, and these are where the memories start to take place. So now everything counts because it's district. It doesn't matter what you've done thus far in non-district. You can go 0-4 and then come back and win your district, and that's what you want to do. So everything you've done now has been to prepare you for this moment and for this time, and that is district.
Yeah, that everything is kind of just a precursor leading up to this point. We've talked about it with teams like La Vega. We just talked about a Mart team. These teams that play these heavy pre-district schedules is because they know where the money is at. The money is in winning district. It's not in going out and seeing how if you can get some easy wins in the pre-district, because that's not going to help you or prepare you for district play, especially when you're in a tough district like District 12, where every single week there's not going to be any slouches. You're not looking forward to, oh, well, we got these guys this week. I know we're getting an easy win. Right. Some of these districts, Midway's in the middle of that right now. You're not going to get any easy wins or any easy games as you get into district play. So preparing yourself in pre-district is huge for the success of your team in this high school era. You played for one of the most legendary coaches in Texas, but definitely in the Central Texas area, and Coach Tusa. In the bye week, when you guys are going into your bye week, was he a coach that, hey, we're going to rewind it all the way back, we're going to go back to the fundamentals and stuff we worked on in the offseason, or is he addressing those things that we've messed up on or that didn't go right in the first 4 or 5 games of the season?
Well, you have to do a little bit of both of them. You have to fine-tune. Guys have a chance a whole week to kind of lay off and really not think about football in a football way. So you give your mind a little chance to relax. And if you're injured, you get yourself a little chance to kind of take care of those injuries. But you have to go out and you have to fine tune. It's not a hard week. You're not hitting. You're not doing anything. But you're just kind of fine tuning and just kind of working on the things that you need to work on. So you do a little bit of both of them. And like I said, and I think all of these teams now taking that bye week before district so they can do that. That gives you 2 weeks preparation to get ready for your opponent. So I think you just kind of do it all. You try to get yourself ready to go and compete and to try to go out and win district.
Yeah, that's what the main goal is. If you see us reiterating that's the main goal, is going out there and getting a victory in district. But the bye week definitely super important. It seems like it's always something that can hurt or help a team going through that bye week. You can come out unfocused and drop a game in district, or it gives you that week to, like you said, kind of decompress, get away from football a little bit, and lock back in on what your goals are and what the things are that you said at the beginning of the season that you wanted to accomplish. And now that we're here at that point, you got to go back, revisit those things, find your why again, and say, hey, we're going out here to win a district championship. Let's lock in and get to that. Already a couple of score updates here early as Colleen Shoemaker gets an early 6-0 lead. They score in just a minute off the clock in that first quarter. They're playing at home. The band is going to be fired up, cheerleaders, everybody. You got Midway in town.
Got the drill team running on the field, man. But, I mean, 1 minute into the game, that don't bode well for Midway. You kind of want to show some type of resistance. But, man, like I said, I'm anxious to see how this game turns out, so I'm going to be paying attention to this game all night.
Yeah, Lake Belton and Georgetown Eastview already with a 7-0 lead early in this game. And Chilton has already gotten on the board against Mart 6-0, same type of deal, only a couple minutes off the clock. And those guys already got a score. I'm telling you guys, Chilton is a team that you can expect to be playing in November and possibly even December. This is the type of team that Chilton has this year. I love what I've seen so far out of those Pirates. Wayne, every week, man, we got some type of grub up here on the show, man. So it's about that time, folks.
One of my favorites tonight, man. I'm telling you, man.
We got a real treat planned for you guys here tonight, folks. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, you'll see us in the other room. We're going to have a little bit of food in our plates. We're going to let you guys know who we have in-house with us this week, showing off some of the food. So stay tuned and stay locked in with us here on Friday Night Flex. We're going to be back here after this short break.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around.
To the going back and into it, it'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the kids coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here in right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Lions walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254, So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in the position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Fielder going back in into it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding the third, coming home to scores Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one again. In right field, it is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. The Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Woo, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ring, no. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
Finally made it just in time. As you can see, I'm here with the owner and proprietor of the Heirs Table, and she has a wonderful spread set up for us. So with no further ado, this is Miss Jarman. Everybody in the community knows her. She has helped me with so many.
We have helped each other.
Yes, absolutely. I remember when you had your bakery over on
Richland Drive.
And I was buying cupcakes and banana pudding over there. And so this is just a treat for me because I know what this is going to be. They may not know, Wayne.
I know.
So, with no further ado, Taj, tell us what we got here.
All right, so I hooked us up. So we went to Italy today. So we also have Italian cooking classes I finished up here at the Heirs Table. So if you're interested in cooking, come on out for that. But what I've done is I have made mini chicken Parmesan sliders here. I've done the Italian nachos. And the Italian nachos, so for the cheese, we've used Alfredo sauce for the cheese for the nachos. And we've used fried pasta for the chips, and I got chicken and all other stuff that goes good for the Italian up front. So we have to have a little bit of healthy stuff. So I have the penny pasta Caesar salad, and then I had to bring my nana in here. So we have one of my staples, and that is the butter vanilla Texas sheet cake. So we have that here too. So I'm ready, and I call it the church punch. So we got the church tea punch, so we can go on and have that here for us to drink up.
So this ain't the drunken version.
No, it's not the drunken version. I say the church punch.
Church punch.
The church punch.
Okay, my bad.
The church punch.
When they taking communion, I think sometimes, don't they?
Yeah.
And some of y'all churches, I don't know the ones in East Waco, they don't serve wine, I don't think, but other places, I think they actually have wine in church, don't they? Yeah. So Tasha, what we try to do here is not only football is a staple here on Fridays,
of course,
in Texas. But we also try to use this time to introduce our fan base to businesses in our community that can serve and provide excellent service, great quality food for whatever the occasion. We've had restaurants in here. We've had caterers. You're kind of a mix. Well, I put it like this. You cover everything. Restaurant, catering, and then you even teach people how to cook.
I teach people.
Tell us about that part of it.
So what I do is I teach culinary arts to kids. I do that for 9 weeks in the summer, and anytime school's out, we're in. So what I do with them is I teach them how to cook. So we always do 4 courses, and of course we find out how to make drinks. Like a lot of times kids don't know how to make Kool-Aid. They don't know how to make tea. They don't know how to make different types of fruits and fruit punches and elixirs and stuff. So we go through that. I also teach adults how to cook, and I have adult cooking classes. So we do 4 courses and a cocktail or a mocktail. And on Halloween night, if you don't have anything to do, and for us that don't have any kids at home or any grands just yet, I will be doing a supper club with the 7 deadly sins. So we will have 7 courses and cocktails to go with it, complimentary for the cocktails. And we'll be doing that. And then earlier that morning, I will have the kids in, and they will come in and they'll be cooking foods for spooky treats for Halloween.
That's tremendous. Because here's the deal. You have a special gift. And on many occasions, I've taken part in it. And a lot of my family, my wife, my kids, whatever. And people, in my opinion, I think people think food, people just wake up and they know how to cook. Mm-hmm. But it's actually a process. It's actually an art.
It is an art.
And so, and it's a skill.
Yes.
And it's a skill, and it can be taught. Now, if I wanted to, if Jethro and Ellie Mae were out there, see, I don't even know who Jethro and Ellie Mae is, but look up, Google Beverly Hillbillies, yes. Right? And Ellie Mae was a character that couldn't boil water.
Right.
Right? But you don't have to be Ellie Mae out there, right? And nowadays, Jethro cooks. So
right.
That's something new. There are a lot of men who are responsible.
And those are most of my cooks. I have mainly little boys that come through that want to learn how to cook and stuff. And then I have a lot of men that come through because I have a class called Real Men Cook. So I teach them how to cook and do different things so their wives don't have to be in the kitchen all the time.
Hey, have you ever have you ever thought about having a group of men around Valentine's Day prepare a meal for a special lady in their life? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. See, that'll be some of y'all guys that don't know how to cook out there. You can learn a skill that you could go out there. I don't even know if it's a class yet. I may be making up a class.
It is a class.
But around Valentine's Day, right after Christmas, go ahead and call Era's Table, and she'll have you hooked up where you can cook. Matter of fact, when you're dating a woman, that's when you really need to show your skills off. I'm gonna be honest with you. Seal the deal. If you know how to cook and provide a quality meal for a lady, it can be really impressive. I'm telling you.
Yes, okay.
But Tasha, without further ado, where can they? First off, we want to let them know where can they find you.
Where they can find me is at 121 North Hewitt Drive, Suite C. I'm right there off of Hewitt Drive. It's called the Heirs Table. I've been there 5 years this year. And that's what I've been doing is cooking and showing kids how to cook and fake cooking and fake baking for folks that trying to get a husband or a wife. So I do that too.
Oh, you mean, what's this fake baking?
What they've been doing, I had one lady, she brought me in her platters. And she's like, I need to cook a meal for my boyfriend. I said, okay. So I prepared the meal for her. She brought in her platters and she took it on out with her. No questions asked.
These Waco, we call that 42 fake. I don't suggest you do that. Go don't you just learn how to cook.
You can learn how to cook. And like I said, I have classes. If you look at my website, it's www.theheirstable.com. And you'll see all the classes. Go to the calendar. It tells you all the classes for October and those coming up. So we got lots of fun classes, date nights, and things for the kids to do because we're going to do fair foods because the kids are going to be out, I believe, on the 10th and the 13th. So I will have one day will be fair foods, and then we'll do anything from like fried Twinkies. We're going to do caramel apples and stuff with them, and then we'll do fall foods where we'll do apple crisp and stuff on that Monday.
Well, I'm glad that our producer ended up putting the name of in the spelling of the business.
The correct way.
Because, you know, this is a sports show, and there'll be people trying to spell the Heirs Table, A-I-R. You know what I mean? Like
I've had that happen. I've had that happen.
So, hey, but with no further ado, I know what this is going to be. Mm-hmm. So I want to invite some guys up here, man, and to enjoy and see the smiles on their face as they sample.
So why do you think he's the only one that has enjoyed this food?
Yeah. Come on in the camera, Walter.
But I'm also a customer and been a customer, a long-time customer.
Yes, he has. Okay. My chicken salad customer.
Yes.
But
and some of the plates that she sold out of her building too.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a day that I've been looking forward to. ever since I heard she was going to be here, and I'm excited for her to be here, and I'm so excited to taste her food.
Well, I'm excited you guys are ready to eat, so come on, without further ado. Hook yourselves up, and then here's some extra Alfredo sauce for the Italian nacho.
I'm gonna get a TV portion. I ain't gonna get
That's all right.
the real deal. I ain't gonna be a heathen in here.
That'll be after.
That's
commercial break.
And I gotta give me one of these here Parmesan sliders right there. See, you give it a nice name, right? Mm-hmm. But this is a chicken slider. So you get the same thing like Parmesan. They be talking about, what's that? I don't eat Parmesan.
Yes, you do. You do now. You do now.
They don't even know what you're talking about.
Can you get out the way, sir?
I'm sorry. Hey, Tasha, this is excellent. This is outstanding.
Thank you.
This is outstanding.
Just kind of pick them, then I have a little spoon there. This is like a two-hander thing you have to do here.
And I know how you do business, but a lot of people don't. So when they
put some more chicken on there.
So when you call, you can say a lot of people, everybody want to hook up. So with that being said, but one thing I always liked about this house, you always were able to say, I'll let you know up front. I ain't got but $30. How many people can I feed for $30? And you may say, back then you probably could feed 3. But now, you're going to need a little more to feed 3. But no, to be honest with you, you come with her with a budget for your event, and she has a plethora of dishes that she can put together for if you have a budget. If you ain't got no money, don't call.
No, you don't call. Come back when your money right. I got you. Come back when your money right. But I got something for everyone, so that's the main thing.
The part I liked is she kind of, revealed to us what's going on, Rock. She said that people come in with the plates and say that I'm going to cook tonight. And they done came down to Chef Ayers and got the hookup.
Yeah, they did. Don't forget to get you some of the tea punch.
Look, Wayne was already in line. He knew what was going on.
Wayne had it at the party a couple of weeks ago for my husband's 60th.
Yes, I did.
Oh, my goodness. I know, I've been to one of them birthday parties, Christmas parties. I know what that is.
So you all have a very athletic family. Everybody around town knows your family.
Yeah.
Do you guys also do pregame stuff, anything like that for the athletes as well?
Yes, we do. I do that right now. I'm doing it for Baylor, so I've been doing a lot of things for them here lately and stuff. So I do the pregame meals. I do tailgates. You name it, I do it.
So anything around sports, you all.
And I have special menus too for sports, because like I said, the thing with me, like I tell you, I don't have a menu that's actually posted. So what I do, because I'm a private and personal chef, I go according to what my clients' needs are. Rocky will tell you. Rocky is, like I say, I tell you, the millers are the people that put the bricks at the heiress table, because they were there before it was the heiress table.
Absolutely.
So I do things designed to my clients. So you don't get no rubbery chicken and rice pilaf with me. You're going to get something different.
And like I say, if y'all notice, I'm already back again, so I don't even have to tell y'all how good it is. But this here, can you tell the people, like, what's in this here nacho?
So what's in the Italian nachos? It is fried pasta chips. I do a special grilled rosemary chicken. And I do like all your Italian herbs, herb de Provence, all that's in there. We have banana peppers, jalapeno, the Italian jalapeno peppers. They're a little different because you use the Italian spices with them, and then it has just a little bit of kick to it. It has black olives, onions, and we do my homemade Alfredo sauce for this one. So Alfredo sauce, I have a recipe for the Alfredo sauce. If you will go ahead and follow me either on Facebook at the Heirs Table or at Instagram at Chef Air, I will leave my recipe for the Alfredo sauce so that you won't have to buy jar. It is so easy, so very easy. I got kids at 6 and 7 that's making it, so I know that you can too.
Okay, so let me just give you, because I think I got the flavor I can describe the flavor profile of this.
Okay, what do you taste? Like I tell kids, tell me what do you taste?
This is like if you were to have nachos with chicken Alfredo with a crunch. Like it's like a chicken Alfredo with wouldn't you say that? Chicken Alfredo with a crunch. And these ain't just regular chips. These ain't corn chips.
No, these are special made.
These special chips. So it's almost like a crunchy garlic bread kind of consistency. Like the crust on the garlic bread is what you in every bite.
Exactly.
See, all you need is a Rocky to come. Yeah.
Like I say, that's my number one fan. That's one of my number one fans.
Yeah.
Because he was forcing people at the VA to buy my chicken salad.
He's still putting tubs of it.
Like I said, that's what opened the doors of the Harris table. Like I said, everything I do is through word of mouth. So everything that's gone with my business has been through word of mouth. And that is, like I say, if you have a business, you're a small business, tell somebody. So promote other people, because that's how we get ahead. You have to. It's enough money for everybody out here. Promote everyone.
Hey, Tony, now you've been an entrepreneur. I know. Let me see, our kids. So I know 25 years for sure.
It's exactly 34.
Okay, see, no, I can't count. Well, but my question is, you've been in this market a long time, and you know how challenging
there are
it can
challenges
be to sustain a business in this market. What would you recommend people, a person going into business, or even a customer in this market that want to see more black-owned business? What can they do to assist to make that happen?
To assist to make that happen, you can actually also call me. But the thing that I would suggest people do, a lot of times with us, the first thing to do is to get legal first. So go to the health department, figure out what it is that you need to do to get yourself set up. Insurance. People are always saying, well, I don't have the money for insurance. I don't have money for insurance. I don't have it. Get you some insurance. It's not that expensive. It's not what you think it is. You see, when you look at the premiums, I did insurance too for a while for State Farm. When you see the insurance part of it, it's broken up into monthly payments. So you're paying like less than $100 for $1 million policy, because you don't ever want to be in an event and someone gets sick and you get sued. The other things you do, we have a lot of resources here available in Waco. I believe downtown, they have some resources there, not only with your Chamber of Commerce's, that's another place to look. And just look to other entrepreneurs, because the thing about it, if you want first-hand on experience, give myself a call. And any other entrepreneurs, like I said, the best way to do it is to find somebody that's doing something that you like, find out how to go about it, and ask questions. And like I said, no questions too odd or too dumb to ask. And go to your banks. Your banks will help you. TFNB is a good one. Community Bank. Go to your local banks, because those are the ones, and those are your good lenders for helping you to establish your business. Look for grants and loans. There's so many grants out there for minority women. There's tons of grants and stuff. So that's something that you could look at too. But like I said, the main thing is to get yourself legal so that you can get the resources that you need. Because like I say, peddling plates and stuff, been there, done that, and guess what? When you're not legal, people don't, they're less likely to buy from you, no matter how good your product is. So the best thing is to get legal so that you can get the resources that you need properly.
Excuse me. As I was saying that, I was thinking, you basically started your business where you were, in your kitchen, in your home.
I started out doing cakes.
And now you have a location.
Been there 5 years.
Jobs and corporate events. I think you were doing MLB, some with the Major League Baseball earlier this month. That's why you couldn't.
Yes.
Open up with us. And so, but the thing that's inspiring about your story is that you started where you could. Probably working 2 jobs.
I was.
And now you're...
And my husband works 20. Y'all see him everywhere. Shout out to James.
I was just with him yesterday.
Yes. He is anything with a ball, he's going to blow the whistle on. But like I said, the thing about it, it's like you got to start somewhere. And the thing about it, use your resources, use your people. We have a lot of free resources here in town. City of Waco is really, just great as in helping people getting their business started. There's a place downtown where you can go. Baylor has programs too that actually get you through to show you how to write your business plans and how to get it up, because you got to start somewhere. If you got an idea, run it across somebody. Look for your resources. It's tons of stuff, because when I started, I first taught myself how to do cakes in 1989. And I did cakes for 32 years. And then I said, okay, it's enough, because my hands started hurting and my work wasn't looking like I wanted to. So you have to pivot and change, and that's when I went to food to savory side. But when I had it, it was hard, because there was nobody out there trying to help a little black woman to get cakes and stuff done. And
you make football. I seen you make football and basketball and other things. Yeah.
I'm known for doing cakes in the shape of things.
I'm about to tell you about the ask about. Rock, before we let Ms. Jarman get out of it, one, I got to let you preview the cake and tell the people what is the cake, what's all in this cake. I know our producer is going to beeline in here when we go to commercial to come and try this cake as well. But Rock, I want you to give him the official taste test, and then Ms. Jarman.
I already know.
Look,
This is one of his wife's favorites. She loves my cake. This is a butter vanilla cake, and all my recipes, I'm chef heir because all of these are my grandmother's goodness, and I'm the heir to all of her throne and all of her goodness, and this is her. It's a Texas sheet cake. Has pecans and butter vanilla, and that's about all you're gonna need to know about it. It's not a very pretty cake, but I tell you, because I can do the cakes with all the little frostings and stuff on it, but this cake here is a good cake. It's good for coffee. It's good for just about anything.
And this is about the only white cake you'll ever see me eat. I'm being honest with you. I don't usually eat much white cake, but this cake is soft. It's moist. The frosting or the icing is not too sweet. You got the little crunch with the pecans. I'm from East Waco, so if I never eat another pecan in my life, I'll be okay.
I love. We all had our share going to Chapman's back in the day when we was kids.
Yeah.
We all used to pick
pecans. Cracked them out and picked them. My wife loves them though.
Yeah.
Right.
So don't forget to get her a piece, because I don't want her calling me later.
No, she's definitely gonna get it. But yeah, Tasha, I want to thank you personally for coming.
Thank y'all for having me. I really appreciate it.
Look like Wayne is still enjoying his plate. Man, Jalen has put in some work. Yeah. And then we got these hungry extras out here looking like.
We got to get everybody fed, y'all.
Yeah.
It's got to be fair about it.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. This has been a treat for me in more than one way. And Jalen, do we have anything else?
No.
Before you take us out?
Definitely want to thank Ms. Jarman for coming once again.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing. We're going to let some of our studio audience get in on this, so don't have to sit here and watch us partake in all this great food. But make sure you guys follow her on all the social medias. You'll see all the tags down there at the bottom. And it will also be in the description of this video when you go back and watch it on YouTube. So make sure you guys check that out. We're going to go into a quick break. When we come back, we'll settle all this food down, and we'll come in and talk some more football in the studio next door. So thank you guys again. We're going to be back after this short break.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Ravon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around.
Fields and Miller going back, can't get to it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run has scored. Now the third coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one in the air, deep right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. 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 Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ring, though. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't, ay, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. Reality is young.
Fields and the going back into it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the Birds coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here. Deep right field. It is treetop tall and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run. Carson Croca give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. The Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
2:37, clock is running. Panthers are down 2 at the Shoemaker 10. Second down and 8. Jaden Phil's lawn is a little blocker.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with it, ay, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in the position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Going back to hit into it, it'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the third coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one in the air, in right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Boca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. The Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make their neck like a guillotine. Woo, lacing Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ring, no. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't, ay, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in the position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around.
To the gap. Fields in the fielder going back in, into it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the third coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here in right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. The Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Woo! Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa! I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
RJ's Bargain Center is your home team for appliances at unbeatable prices. From refrigerators to washers, dryers to stoves, you'll find brand new appliances with huge discounts. And just like your favorite local teams, RJ's is proud to support our community and local sports. Score your savings today at RJ's Bargain Center, 711 Lynn Street, Waco. Call 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, where big savings are always a home run.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in the position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
On the line, too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planets alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Fielder going back to hit into it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the kids coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here. Deep right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Hansen walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a ring, no. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams, whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the city with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the city with a playwright, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, everybody? We're back here on Friday Night Flex, as you can see, looking a little bit more full than we did when we left out of the studio just a second ago. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here today on this Friday night. Like I said, a lot of bye weeks this week in high school football, so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the matchups for next week as well. We'll give you guys some updates on what's going on here today, and you know we got to talk some college football, give you some analysis on what we think is going to happen tomorrow, see if my parlay will be good or if it's going in the trash again like it did a couple of weeks ago. So we'll talk about all of that here. Still joined by Wayne Walker here at the table. As you see, we made an addition, though, as well. As you guys saw in the other room, Rock coming in here, joining with us to talk some ball as well. Let me give you guys some quick scoring updates before we jump back into it. Last time we left off, some of the games were just starting. Midway and Shoemaker in a battle right now as they're getting ready to go into halftime. Midway with the 24-19 lead on Killeen Shoemaker. Fellas, this is a huge game for Midway because this has a lot of district implications going further throughout the season. They already dropped one against Harker Heights last week, and now playing the Shoemaker team that's undefeated. They got Temple the very next week, who's also 4-1 on the season. So this is a tough stretch for Midway coming up. But, Wayne, we were talking about this before the game. What do you think about the Panthers taking a 24-19 lead on Shoemaker?
Well, like I said, you have to make sure that you don't go 0-2 in district. That's a really rough start, even if you are sending 3 and 4 teams. But from top to bottom, that district is pretty tough with the Killeen schools, the Temple school. Then you add the Belton schools and Midway. So what you want to make sure is you don't go 0-2 in district. So you pretty much in a must-win situation because next week you got Temple, which you can possibly go 0-3. Yeah. So you got to make sure at this point that you are that you win this game.
Yeah, this is as you say, almost a must-win for the Panthers coming into this, and it looks like that's how they've treated. I knew Coach Joe Gillespie would have these guys ready to go. This is where it all counts. This is where all the marbles count here when you get into district play. You drop one against Heights, like Wayne just said. You don't want to go in 0-2 with the potential of going 0-3 with another formidable opponent in the Temple Wildcats as well. Let's give you a couple more of these games here, the updates on them. Lake Belton and Georgetown Eastview with a 28-7 lead. Axtell versus Valley Mills, a battle of two undefeated teams. Right now, Axtell taking care of business up 28-0 going into the halftime. Dawson and Bosqueville. Dawson, a huge underdog in this game, taking on a 5-0 Bosqueville team. But going into halftime, they've got a 12-7 lead over this undefeated Bosqueville team. Chilton and Mart was the other premier game that we previewed, a game where you said it's going to be standing room only out there, like I'm sure it is right now. At halftime, Chilton up 14-0. I said it earlier, Wayne and Rock. This Chilton team, I think, has got the potential to go all the way this year to be playing in December and playing in that last state game. They got a dynamic offense. Their defense has stepped up and shut out Mart so far to open up this game.
Yeah. I was about to say that this is a Falls County versus McLennan County matchup, but this Chilton may actually be in Bell County.
I'm not sure. I'm about to look it up. I'm not.
Yeah, but anyway, because it's right
in Falls County too.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were in Falls County.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. Mart is in the McLennan County.
I'm talking about Chilton.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were in Falls.
Yeah, they're Falls as well.
Okay, but yeah, that's a matchup. In reason why I bring that up, that's like a neighborhood rival right there.
The battle of the one stoplight town.
And what I'm saying about this is that this is a matchup that's been held year after year, and usually, let's be honest, guys, Mark gets the best of this most of the time.
Majority of the time, for sure.
I reiterated that earlier on the show that Mark has come out on top of this most of the time, but now I think it's Chilton time to kind of get some of them get their licks back. That's what we call it. They don't get their licks back.
It's funny. It's almost because as I remember, whenever Chilton does get their lick back, it's because they have a pretty dynamic team. I remember the Landrum guys they had over in Chilton, and they were able to pretty much, while they were in school, kind of control that matchup.
Absolutely.
And but yeah, it's good to see.
And I'm thinking it's going to be that way for a while because I'm thinking now, like, a lot of kids are disgruntled with the Marlin school district, so they're going to start getting those Marlin kids at Chilton. And that's what's going to happen. And that's going to turn the whole complexity of that Mart Chilton battle.
That maybe explain the struggles that they're having at Marlin. Maybe some of their key players have elected to play it just down the road at Chilton.
Down the road, yeah.
Yeah, so that's always a fun matchup, as you guys have said. And yeah, if they start getting those Marlin kids to go along with the Chilton, man, that creates a powerhouse. When you think about Mart, when all those kids had a decision, do I want to go to school in Chilton or Marlin? They were going to pick Mart because Mart was winning state championships. We can start to see that tide slowly start to turn now with the new regime coming in at Mart, and they're trying to get back to the success they had. This Chilton team over the last 4 or 5 years has had a few really, really good teams. So I'm excited about Chilton and seeing what this team can do. A couple more scoring updates. Bremond up big on Wortham, 40-0. Frost and Meridian. Frost has got a 14-7 lead on Meridian. Goldwaith and Hubbard. Goldwaith with a 30-0 lead on Hubbard right now. We know Lampasas got a win last night over Lorena. We talked about that a little bit in pregame. Texas wins, undefeated team up 16-0 on Blum. Mount Calm and Coolidge, a battle of two really good teams so far. Coolidge with a 21-14 lead over the undefeated Mount Calm. Aquila and Bynum. Aquila up 44-0 on Bynum right now.
They can get home early on that game.
Yeah,
right?
They
busted rule at 45 and at 45.
Yeah, I forget what the mercy
get
rule
home
is.
early. They can catch a Law and Order or SVU.
They'll be in the bed by the time the highlights come on at 10:30 tonight for Central Texas. So lots of really good games going on. Like I said, a lot of teams are on a bye week. I want to tee up some of these teams that aren't playing here tonight. As we're halfway through the season, folks, we can kind of evaluate somewhat what these teams are based off of their pre-district schedule and see how we view some of these teams. I want to start right down the street. We talked about a couple of these teams here in the La Vega Pirates, man, at 3-2 going into now district play next week. They're coming off of a big loss against the Stephenville team. We were here last week. It was Art Browse Stadium unveiling night. A beautiful stadium, by the way. I've seen a lot of videos and pictures. Phenomenal stadium. Stephenville doing some big things out there. But now, La Vega's got all that behind them. They took some lumps in pre-district, as they usually do, but they gave out some lumps in pre-district as well. Now they get into where the games really start to count next week as they start district play. Wayne, I'll start with you. What do we think about this La Vega team and they're 3-2 coming into district now?
And they played one of the toughest non-district schedules in the whole state.
Absolutely.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
One of the toughest in the whole state. Mm-hmm. So, but that doesn't count. It's what you do in district that gets you out into the playoffs. So I think moving forward, now they come home and they play some familiar foes, as in the Lorenas, the China Springs, and the Connallys. So, which is going to be a dogfight because, these people are in your backyard and they're going to be coming in your home trying to kick down your door. So, but they've been at the head of that class for the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything changing. Like I said, they play that schedule for a reason because nobody else wants to play them. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to district, they've been able to take care of business, and I think they'll continue to do that. So, although it's going to be tough, you never know what's going to happen, but they return their quarterback, they return their best receiver, and one thing, they always try to run the ball, and they're going to have a defense. So I think they'll take this week to fine-tune and get themselves prepared for a district run and see if they can play all the way up into December.
Hey, I completely agree, Wayne. We watched them last year, and they were a team that almost improved every game once they got into district play. They improved every game. They kind of established and figured out what they could do in the non-district schedule. And then once they got into district schedule, they kind of formed an identity. and they kept that identity all the way to the state championship game. Some would argue that this is an even better, more experienced team going into this season. What I really want to see is someone really take the helm at the running back position and provide the security and dependability that Bryson Rowland provided last year. Because I think as the weather changes, right, you're going to need that running game to kind of dictate terms sometimes. Because as we saw last year, whether it be rain or cold conditions or whatever, the passing game can have some difficulties, wind, you know what I mean? And it's that running game that kind of sustains. So I'm looking for Elbert the Hammer Jones to really put his imprint on this season.
Yeah, he's been hurt the last few games, and I think that's kind of what derailed their running game. It's been kind of a running back by committee so far. I'm not sure on his health update and will he be back for district, but I know the bye week helps with that. Gives you some more time off, lets you lick your wounds a little bit longer so you can get back in and be ready. But this La Vega team, as you said, they packed the pre-district schedule. They get tested. They're already battle tested. They've already played against top-tier talent. They played a Stephenville team that I think has a chance to go to state. They played a Salina team that hasn't lost in a year and a month now. So they've played top-tier talent, and they're going to be ready going in. And they got a real deal test next week, playing against an undefeated Gatesville. As we preview a little bit what they have for next week. This Gatesville team, they've got a great offense. They've got a quarterback in Gary Keaton that's been doing a phenomenal job. Amos Phillips, their do-it-all guy. He's their top receiver. He's a top 5 receiver in Central Texas. He's getting pass breakups and tackles on the defensive side of the ball. He kind of does everything for him. This is a scrappy Gatesville team, but as Rocky kind of alluded to last week, they haven't played exactly top-notch, top-tier talent throughout their 5-0 start. But this is a team that's ready to do a lot and is excited to do a lot. Rock, I'll start with you. What do you think about the Gatesville-La Vega matchup for next week to open up district?
Well, I'll say this. It'll be a situation where La Vega has to play a sound game. They don't have to be special to beat Gatesville, right? But what you want to get district started with is just sound fundamental football. There's no doubt who's going to be the more talented team, the better team. But you cannot take Gatesville for granted because they can jump up and bite you if you look over that team.
Yeah, Gatesville, one of those, man, this is a really fun team to watch. Like I said, their quarterback to receiver duo has been phenomenal all year long. Wayne, what do you think about the Pirates having to open up against an undefeated Gatesville team to start off district play?
Well, I mean, when you win, man, it exudes confidence, and high expectations. So Gatesville being undefeated is a big thing because, I mean, they're confident.
Yeah.
And these guys feel like they can go out and win any and every game. So it's going to be a tough game. And plus, they're playing in the district where these guys know each other. They know they're going to have to bring their A game to play against La Vega because La Vega is the reigning district champs year in and year out. So you have to bring your A game when you come to play La Vega. So it's going to be a dog match because these guys are confident, and this is a test. This is going to be like their Super Bowl. This is going to be their playoffs.
It is.
La Vega, not so much. They know what they have to do, but for a team like Gatesville, if we can go, I mean, we won 4 games so far. But if we can go out and we can beat this La Vega team, then we know where we are. We know we're a good football team. So, I mean, I think Gatesville's going to come to play because they have those expectations and they know what's on top of that. If they can beat this La Vega team, man, they know they have a good district. They know they have a great team and have a chance to play up into December.
You bring up a great point. This is going to be a measuring stick for the Gatesville team. This is going to send a message to the rest of the district. If for somehow they're able to get a victory in this game, this is going to signal to the China Springs, the Robinsons, the Arenas, hey, that we're here, we're the real deal. But again, this is a game, in my opinion, that La Vega should be able to handle.
Yeah, for sure.
And because when we just think about the quality of competition that La Vega has played in the non-conference versus what Gatesville has played, there's no comparison. And so La Vega, I believe, should be, more of a tested team And whereas the Gatesville could be in a step-up game, they could still be trying to figure out who they are and what they are on that level.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like you said, the pre-district it's not even a comparison. Really, with La Vega and almost anybody in the state in that classification of 4A Division II, it's not a comparison. These guys are going to be battle tested going into it. That's going to be a really fun game next Friday at La Vega High School. I know it's going to be packed out there, so that's a fun one to look forward to. Want to go down to South Waco and talk a little bit about the University Trojans. University 2-3 in pre-district. Not exactly what this team expected in their pre-district schedule, but now all of that is behind them, as we just talked about with the other teams. Now you go into district play, you get ready. They've lost a huge piece in Devontae Kirkland, a guy that was having a phenomenal season on the defensive side of the ball. But they've got ballers on the defensive side of the ball. They got guys. Savoy Nichols is, in the last couple of games, seemed like he's starting to find his stride a little bit. He's thrown for 1,000 yards already. London Smith has been as good as advertised so far. 41 catches, 569 yards, and 7 touchdowns in his pre-district schedule. They start off district play next week. Like I said, a 2-3 start in the district. Rock, you got to watch these guys up close and personal a couple of weeks ago. What is your assessment of University so far throughout their pre-district schedule?
I think they've been very inconsistent as a team. And it kind of describes who they've been. They've been explosive on offense at times, and then they've been very inept, meaning that they've been plagued by penalties and turnovers. Again, I think when you look at a team at the 5A level that has, did have 4, now has 3 players, you expect more out of a team like that. You expect that not only they would be able, those 3 recruitable players would be able to, those 3 prospects, Division I prospects will be able to kind of lead the charge. And I think London has been doing his share, but it seems like he's burdening almost imbalanced part of the offense. They have to find other guys, Walker, that can contribute on offense. And even to the point to where Savoy may have to use some of those other weapons and not just target London Smith. Like I told you, the issue, and I looked it up again after the last game. They're using London just to sustain their offense rather than using a wide receiver to just hit the big play or put points on their board. They're literally using him as a means to sustain offense, and I don't think that's the most effective use of that guy right there.
You can't force feed him. Offense has to have a balance, and when you talk about a guy like Savoy that's supposed to be that guy, that quarterback, which I think he can be. Sometimes you have to use your legs, and sometimes you just have to take the little check down or whatever else they can give you. My thing is, with London, you have to use them in different ways. You have to put them in the slot sometimes. You have to put them in the backfield sometimes.
That's a great point.
Use motion. Yeah. You have to use motion, and you have to do something and be creative offensively to have that balance, to add balance to your offense. Because if you try to just force feed one guy, just like we know it, the other team know it too. Yeah. So, and these guys get paid to do that.
Yeah.
So I that's what you take this week as a bye week. You kind of fine tune some things.
Self-scout.
Yeah, and some things that you didn't do in non-district. Now you start to try to do those things in district because it's almost like you want to be vanilla. It's just like the NFL preseason. I'm not gonna show all my stuff during the preseason because now I'm trying to figure out my team and make my team. So I'm not gonna show you everything I got. But now I'm gonna start showing some sophistication and some different things when we get into district. So,
to me, what it does is, by forcing the ball to London, you take other players out of the game. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what I was thinking. And I think offense is a situation where it works best when every player on every play, especially pass plays, has an expectation that the ball could come in their direction.
Yeah, because as a guy that played on, and I was in the NFL. And I'm gonna go back to college. In high school, well, I'm gonna go back to college first. In college, I was that guy on offense. I was that guy But then we had a guy in the backfield that we could get a ball to named James Gray that was outstanding, and Irvin Ferris. But you have to have balance. So because if you don't, and then I go to pro, and I was a deep threat guy, but sometimes you become uninterested when you know somebody else. It's just like in basketball. I'm not finna sit around and play defense all game. And this guy going out there shoot up. Yeah. You know, you want me to be the pick setter. Yeah. I can't be the pick setter all day. Yeah. So I mean, you become uninterested on offense.
Everybody can't be engaged being Draymond.
Yeah. Exactly. So you become lazy and uninterested on offense if you not getting the ball and everybody know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Especially as another skill position. Like if I'm the tight end and I've gotten, in the last 4 games, I got 2 passes thrown my way, I'm uninterested. I'm going to stop running my route so hard.
Yeah.
If I'm the other receiver and I know London, they throwing to me, they done thrown to him 60 times over these four games, or 5 games, because what's they, 2 and 3?
Yeah, 2 and 3, yeah.
Over these 5 games, they threw to him 60 times. That's 10 times a game. Or 15 times a game, whatever it is. And they've only thrown to me 4 times. What am I running routes for? I'm uninterested.
Yeah.
But you have to you got to get everybody engaged. You have to keep everybody involved. And you have to have balance on your offense.
I completely agree. You got several great points on that. And then, too, and I don't know if this matters, but I just want to mention this, is that London has secured him a scholarship already.
Yeah.
There are other guys that potentially are looking to do big things at the next level. And when you're just going to London exclusively almost, those guys don't get a chance to show off their skills or whatever. And I think not only they become disinterested, they become disappointed. And you want everybody each and every Friday night to come to the game excited and ready to make an impact on the game.
Yeah. And when, like you said, when you're doing only one guy's getting the ball, it's hard to keep everybody interested. And then as far as being a formula for winning, I've only seen very few teams that they're one-dimensional. You know, only one guy's getting it, and they have a lot of success. I think back to Jonathan Gray, Toledo, teams like that. Yeah. You got to have somebody that's a powerhouse for you to just only exclusively run your offense through
and we
them
now know
and win.
The real weapon on that team was that offensive line.
Yeah, definitely. They were mowing people down. I remember that.
I mean, and when you have a back that's doing that, like Jonathan Gray was doing, then the linemen want to block.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to block because they know what's happening. They knowing that they're a part of that. They're not getting talked about, but they knowing that. But let me tell you one of the hardest things for offensive linemen to do. One of the hardest things for offensive line to do is to sit there and pass block all game.
Yeah. I haven't met one lineman that said, man, I love pass blocking every play.
But if you go and you ask them what they want to do, they'll tell you they want to run.
They want to
block.
run that pill, man.
You know, that's what they get excited about. But maybe university will do something different. Maybe, they were just showing us something different for a non-district, and maybe they'll come out and do something. But they got a whole week. They got 2 weeks to think about it.
Can we talk a little bit about? I know it hadn't been much to talk about.
Yeah.
But talk about Waco High.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And where they are, and where they could go as they enter district.
Yeah, Waco High getting ready to go into district play. Still looking for their first win of the season. They've had some bright spots on their team. Their quarterback, Brian Whitaker, has been kind of a do-it-all guy for their offense. He's got 500-600 yards of total offense already just by himself alone. So he's been doing his part, but trying to get his teammates to come along with him as well. This is a team that hasn't had a lot of success, but now you go into district play. Anything is possible at this point, and all you want to do is try to find a way to get a win in district. Now, they're going to open up district play against an undefeated Brenham team, so it's going to be a really tall task for them. But they get to play some local guys. After that, they play Ellison, they play against University, and then they play against Belton. Those are all guys that are right here within your area, and you got to say, hey, they strapping it on just like we strapping it on. We got to go out here and compete against this team. With 2 WISD alumni, what are you guys telling your guys? You're halfway through the season, you get the bye week. What are you saying to your guys to get them locked in and focused and ready for district play?
Well, now you go back to 0-0. Like, I mean, you played, but now it's when it counts. We have to refocus, forget about what's happened, and let's think about what we can do in district. I mean, we still have to play. So now let's refocus. Let's get our mind on football. And now everybody should be comfortable with the offense that we're running. It's something new because we have a new coach. The defense, we should be comfortable with that. But now it's time to put it all together and let's go out here and get us some wins. So we still have a chance. We hadn't lost anything. We're 0-0 just like the team from the other side of town is, like University. We're 0-0 like Colleen Ellison and Belton. So we still have a chance. So that's what you have to tell them. You just have to tell them to refocus. And although it's hard to forget about what has gone on, you know, now you have a chance to do something about it. You know, so I mean, you just have to refocus.
First off, I want to give shout out to the guys that are on the team that are holding up that line pride. Chance Rhymes, Jalen Good, Michael Leonard. You know, those guys are leading really the Central Texas in tackles. You know what I mean? And with that being the case, you know, they're on defense quite a bit. So what that tells me is that, you know, the offense probably needs to pick it up. You know, again, I also believe that this was a situation where right before the season started, some guys that Coach Martinez thought he was going to be able to depend on ultimately ended up ineligible to play this year. And so he came into this game, he came into the season with some questions that needed to be answered. And hopefully some of those answers, he's got some answers to some of those questions. And like you said, Walker, it's 0-0 now. You get to scrub your schedule, and you can go out and look for your first victory and make this season a memorable one. Because this can be the group that starts to turn the tide, turn it around, and they'll never be forgotten. Like Coach Tusa used to tell us a story about. I know one guy that was on the team. Eric Ford was on the team, and they have been 33-0. 0-33. 0-33.
About to be 0-34.
Oh yeah, and God rest his soul. I forget Nate's last name, but he was also
Nathaniel Ward.
Nathaniel Ward. Yeah. And Coach Tusa tells a story about Nathaniel Ward, Eric Ford. Those guys decided that they were going to turn this season around, and they were able to get their first victory. And after their first victory, got their second victory. After their second victory, got their third victory, and to the point to where they ended up winning district and going through the playoffs. And that's when only one team went to the playoffs. And so, believe it or not, things like these are part of our history here in Waco, and it can be turned around.
And I was I wasn't a part of that team, but I was a part of that team 3 years later. That from that point on, we won district every year. That team that was 0-33 went to play a Beaumont Humor team with Jerry Ball.
Like 4 NFL players.
And lost 52-0. But it started something. But it started as something that ended up being something. And what that ended up being was those Jefferson Moore Lions that I was a part of, winning 3 district championships and going forward to the playoffs every year. We didn't win state, but we was 2 games away about twice. So it can happen. It can happen. So it has to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
But I think they have the people in place to do it. And like you say, them Ryan boys been balling over there. I mean, they could have went anywhere they wanted to. They could have went to Midway, but they chose to go to Waco High, and they chose to stay with their commitment to go there, and they've been playing well. So it has to start somewhere. So we'll see.
And it can start, like you said, talking about the experience with it. Coach Martinez just experienced it 2 years ago. Midway lost their entire pre-district. They fired Coach Anderson. He becomes the interim head coach at Midway. They win 4 out of the next 5 games. They go to the playoffs. So Coach Martinez has just experienced something similar to this. He knows what it takes, as we've all three have said. He's the guy for the job here. He'll be able to turn these guys around. And he's got that experience to go back to and say, man, I just did this 2 years ago at Midway. All you got to do is win games in district play. Pre-district is just to get you ready. So I'm excited to see what this Waco High team can do, man. Everybody's 0-0 going into this district. Anybody can win the district. Anybody can lose the district. So excited to see what the Waco High Lions can do for this upcoming season. Give you guys a couple more scoring updates. It's still at halftime here. Like I said, only a few games. Midway was able to extend that lead somewhat before half. They're up 38-19 against Killeen Shoemaker in that game. Same with Georgetown Eastview, 35-14 lead over Lake Belton. Dawson also extended their lead, 18-7 over Bosqueville. Going into getting close to going towards the fourth quarter, Chilton with the 21-0 lead over Mart at Mart. That's going to be a big time win for Chilton if they're able to pull that off. Those are some of our updates we have on the scores from around this Central Texas area, folks. Like I said, most teams on a bye week. So we'll have a lot of things to talk about going into this next week on Centex Primetime and on Friday Night Flex as well.
Chilton up 21-0. If it was Madden, you got to pass the stick.
Get off the stick. Hey, I passed out a lot of 21-0s myself, man, on that Madden, so I know a little bit about that.
I want to know what the Mount Com Coolidge game, what's the score of that game?
29-14 at halftime. Coolidge got a 29-14 lead. So Coolidge doing that thing. Like I said, Mount Com undefeated coming into this. Coolidge with just one loss, and they've been doing their thing so far on this season. So, folks, like I said, lots of we'll be able to talk about going into next week. I want to preview and talk about a little bit of football that's going on this weekend as well, as we've got NFL and college football to be able to talk about. So let's transition a little bit to some college football, folks. There's a couple of games going on right now, but we know the majority of the big games tomorrow. I know BYU and West Virginia will play tonight, the night game. But West Virginia's been terrible, so I think we all expect BYU to come out with the victory in that game. Some big-time games coming up. First, I got to start with the team right down I-35, man. It's taking on an SEC opponent, and that's the Texas Longhorns taking on the Florida Gators. Florida, not much to write home about at all this season. 1-3 on the season. DJ Lagway, very underwhelming season so far. Matter of fact, last week in their loss versus Miami, he had only 70 yards passing in the game. But on the other side of this, on the Longhorns, there's another guy that's been playing kind of underwhelming as well, and that's Arch Manning. Hasn't been able to live up to the hype, I'll say. I won't just put him as he's the worst quarterback or he's just terrible. He's not that, but he definitely has not lived up to the expectation that was set preseason. Now they're 3-1. As we just talked about in high school, you're going into conference play now. So really that 3-1 doesn't matter as much because it's all about what you do in SEC play. They're playing a Florida team at Florida. We know Gainesville is a tough place to play, but they're 5.5-point favorites. Like I said yesterday on the show, I have the Longhorns winning, but this is my measuring stick for Arch Manning in this game right here. How do you perform against an SEC defense? It's cool whenever you knock over the guy in the end zone against Sam Houston State, but what are you going to do against Florida coming out here now? You've played bad so far in the pre-conference. Now's a chance to kind of redeem yourself. I expect Texas to win, mainly because I think they have one of the best defenses in the nation, and that's going to carry them to a win, especially with the way that DJ Lagway has played. But this will be a measuring stick in my estimation to see how Arch Manning has played. I asked Rocky about it a couple days ago, Wayne, so I'll start with you. What do you think about this Longhorns and Gator matchup at 2:30 tomorrow?
Well, just like you, I think Texas will win this game. I'm thinking that Arch Manning on the offensive side of the ball, all he has to do is enough. Not turn the ball over, sustain drives, get him in field goal, because your defense can take care of the rest. You know, they put all this hype into him this year, Heisman Trophy and all this type of stuff. Well, he's not having that type of year.
No.
So now you got to get back on cue, and you just have to be just lead your team and make sure you don't turn over the ball and things of that nature, and the defense will take care of the rest. Florida is awful on offense, so I'm not gonna brag this week because last week wasn't a good week for me as far as and I was kind of hot. So, but I'm taking Texas in this one. I think I should be pretty good on that one.
You know, this is one of those games where, man, to be honest with you, I can't take either one of these teams. You know what I'm taking? I'm taking the under. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty certain. As I bet this game live right now, that neither one of these teams will surpass combined 42 points. Got to remember, even if Texas win 30-10, I still win. Even if the game is what I think it'll probably be on either side, it'll be a 21-14 kind of game. Honestly, I expect Texas to struggle mightily to win this game. But let me also say this: if Arch can play like we all imagined him, because he hadn't proved anything,
Right? And that's the deal.
You know, if he plays like we imagined him playing, Texas should win this game easily. You know, but I've seen him play against UTSA.
San Jose State.
I've seen him play against San Jose State, and you know they're going to be better athletes
than those guys
at Florida. And he's on the road.
Yeah, in Gainesville.
And so, again, I expect him to struggle, but I expect Texas to pull it out.
Yeah, I think that we all agree on that one. I think Texas will pull this out as we see kind of a preview over here on the left of the midway game that looks like Latham Wissington scoring another 70-plus yard touchdown on the season. Not sure how many he's got already on the season, but, man, when I tell y'all, that's the best running back.
You can't tell by last names no more, because when you said the name was Wissington, I had no idea. I didn't have no idea he was going to have a 10. You know what I mean?
No, we didn't.
No, he's a man. The best I've been saying all season. Best running back in Central Texas. One of the best in the state. And the numbers and offers both prove that. We're talking about the Longhorns. He's already got offers from the Longhorns and the Gators and the USCs, and I think you got everybody but Ohio State pretty much at this point.
That NIL over at Mississippi, over at Midway looking pretty good now. Cause I don't know no Wizards in East Waco. No. So he's got to be a move in.
Exactly. Exactly, Rod.
Yeah. But now they doing their thing out there at Midway right now, extending out that lead some more. But yeah, I'm like you. This should be a win for Texas, but I'll probably do the same as you, and I'll take the under on this one. I'm thinking like a 24-10 type. I don't see how Florida scores. They haven't been able to score on medium defense. I think Texas has one of the best defenses in the nation. I don't know how they score the football at all. So I'll agree with you, and I'll take that under on that game. Let's look at a couple of other of these games here. Also an SEC battle. We've got Vanderbilt versus Alabama. This was one of the biggest upsets of the year last year when Vandy was able to pull this off. This year, if Vandy pulls it off, won't be considered that big of an upset again with Vandy going out there and doing it. But I don't see them beating these guys 2 years in a row, and especially now Alabama is at home. Ty Simpson and those guys at Alabama have been playing pretty decent. I don't know if Vandy's got the defense to be able to hang in with these guys. They're going to put up points. Diego Pavia is he's what you want as a quarterback at the college level. He's a scrappy dude. He's going to make plays. He's going to put his body on the line. He is like 25 years old as well, too, so he's going to be able to go out there and play against these teenagers.
A ranked Vanderbilt team.
Yeah, a ranked Vanderbilt. How many times have we been able to say that? Vandy coming into this one ranked 5-0 and 1-0 in SEC play. It's been a long time since probably the Vanderbilt still had a whole bunch of money last time.
I'm just surprised he's a junior college kid and he's able to stay eligible at Vanderbilt, man. So I'm
that's one of the hardest schools.
God, I went to junior college walking. I don't know many of my teammates that could have stayed eligible at Vanderbilt.
He ought to be taking just walking classes by now. He's been in school 7 years.
If you play football real well, you will stay eligible. You will stay eligible.
All right.
I've been to college too.
That's coming from the 1987 and 1988 all conference wide receiver.
He's speaking with some experience. But what you guys think about this one, Vandy and Alabama tomorrow? Alabama's an 11.5 point.
I'm taking Alabama at home.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Like I say, last year was a surprise. It won't be a surprise.
No. Matter of fact, let's think about what it's going to be like. They had one heck of a celebration at Vanderbilt when they beat Alabama.
Yeah.
And a lot of those Alabama players was right there to witness that celebration. And guess what? Diego Pavia won't be sneaking up on them. The Vanderbilt team won't be sneaking up on them. They'll be standing right at the 50-yard line saying, "We see you. Let's go. Let's get it on."
Yeah, and they're at home. And that victory that Alabama had last week against Georgia, man, that was big time.
Huge. Huge victory.
And so they got to exude some type of confidence in you, and I think they will. I think Alabama will win this game.
Yeah, I think Alabama's got a good chance. We see Shoemaker has went right back down the field, and they've scored a touchdown to try to cut into this lead that Midway's put up. But we're looking at a Midway team. This will be in 5 weeks. I think 4 of their 5 weeks they put up over 40 points in each one of these matchups, and they still got some more of the third quarter and the entire fourth quarter left to go. So the Midway offense still on fire, even though they just gave up a touchdown. But I think we all agree there. I got to take Alabama on that one. As Rocky alluded to, that celebration last year, ain't nobody forgetting all that. And Diego Pavia talks noise, so the Alabama people, I'm sure he had plenty to say to them when they were there last, so he's going to have some more to say, or they'll have something to say to him this time as they get ready for this matchup again. That is at 2:30 tomorrow. A couple of the good games are coming on at 2:30 tomorrow. Let's go over to your Red Raiders, Wayne. They play U of H tomorrow. 4-0 U of H team. I haven't been able to say that in a few years, but as I alluded to earlier this week, this isn't the 4-0 that we see with some of these other teams. This is Miami's 4-0 that we're looking at with U of H. U of H is 4-0, but they've played. The only real win they've got is over a Colorado team that was playing a third-string quarterback at the time. And they beat Rice. They beat SFA. This is a completely another test. I talked about it yesterday on the show. We were all wondering, how is this stuff going to look for Tech preseason because they spent so much money in the offseason. Well, I know where it looks like money has been spent on that defense. This Texas Tech defense is not playing around at all. They're flying around to the ball. That money they spent on that front seven looks like they spent the money on that front seven. They have played phenomenal. The way that they dominated the line of scrimmage against Utah, and for those of you that watch the show, I've talked about it before, Utah has the best offensive line in the Big 12 and one of the best in the country. And Tech dominated that offensive line. So I'm taking Tech in here, but I'm taking Tech in the points as well. I think they cover the 11.5 points in this game. Wayne, what you think about your Red Raiders?
You know, I didn't think about it until Rocky had told me. He said, because I didn't watch the game. And he said, man, Texas Tech looked like they for real. That defense, is what's making a difference. And once he told me, I went back and I looked at all the games, and it's been making a difference all year.
Yep.
That's where they spent their money. They spent their money on the interior offensive linemen, defensive linemen, linebackers, and rush ends. That's where they spent their money, and it's worked. It's a formula that has worked.
Well, let's be honest. Like for the history of Texas Tech, probably going all the way back to when you played. Y'all been able to put points in.
Yeah, we gonna win. Yeah. I remember as an offense, we used to tell them just let them score so we can get back on the field. So we can get back on the field so we can score. Let them score.
Yeah.
What are we tripping about? Let them score because we're going to go score too. So now, you bring in a new coach and his philosophy is defense. This guy won a couple of state championships and he was defensive minded. Although he had some great offensive players, but he was a defensive minded coach. So in order to win in the Big 12, where there are teams that can run the score up on you, like the Baylors, like the old Oklahoma State, like the Kansas States, the Kansases, the BYUs, you have to be able to play defense.
Yeah.
Defense translates. I mean, it translates into points.
Yeah.
It translates into stops, and you can go anywhere and play defense and win. You can't go anywhere and play offense because when you talk about offense, there's so many things can happen when you throw the ball and this, that, and other. But if you have a defense, which Texas Tech has, I'm picking my Red Raiders, man. I'm thinking they're going to be 5-0, and Houston finna take their first loss this weekend.
Yeah, I don't see how Houston will be able to keep up with those guys. All these additions on the defense. We got a chance to chat with a couple of those guys. Me and Rocky at Big 12 Media Day with Cole Wineski and Jacob Rodriguez, who's a preseason All-American, all these guys. And David Bailey, he was their biggest offseason acquisition that they got out of Stanford, man. So when I go out and see him, he's already got 3.5 sacks on the season. He's played very well. Rock, what's your estimation on Tech versus U of H tomorrow? 11.5 point spread.
I'm looking here. I'm gonna have to check somewhere else because I see I'm getting 12. So
okay.
But here's what I'll say. When I've seen both of these teams, right? And if both of these teams play true to form, this should be a good old-fashioned 40-20 game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
45-25 game.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Houston is going to have trouble moving the football against Tech, right? Tech may have a problem move. I ain't gonna say problem. They may not just move the ball through, like Tech of old, but what they will be able to do, they're gonna get field position, they're gonna get turnover, and I just don't think this Houston team can hold off an avalanche like I believe that Tech truly is. I believe Texas is they create so much pressure, and that's what happened against Utah. The pressure that the offense was under the entire game it collapsed in on itself, and then Tech's got the ball rolling and blew them out in the second half. It's just and then too, the Tech can play a style that is very conservative until the other team makes a mistake.
Right. Because run the ball, they got balance to their offense. Too, because they've been trying to run the ball, play with a backup quarterback, which helps.
But he's not a backup quarterback. He's not your typical backup quarterback.
Exactly.
Will Hammond went crazy.
So you think about it, they went out and they transformed their team into Texas Tech, I'm saying, into a team that can go out and just win. They can play football. You don't have to rely on the offense, don't have to rely on want to rely on the defense, but enough offense to get the job done. So
let me ask you this: they played on the road against Utah to get their best win. Will the environment in Houston factor into how they will perform in this game?
No. Utah.
You act like it's going to be more Tech fans there.
It might be. I mean, we used to do that. I'm telling you, when we go play TCU, there's more Tech fans. When we used to go play SMU, we had more Tech fans than SMU and TCU because that's where our alumni base is. So we pack. It's going to be the same thing in Houston. And Houston ain't Utah. Utah is a place where they have one professional sports team. Or two. They got a hockey team now. And then they got the Utah Jazz, right? That's it. So everybody's gonna show up in Utah. That's their entertainment. But in Houston, they're not gonna sell out.
No.
There's gonna be more Tech fans. You're gonna see more red. There's gonna be some red, but it's gonna be a lot of red and black.
I agree. Houston they don't have that big of a fan base at all down there at U of A. So I expect to see a lot of Tech jerseys out there as well. And I expect this Tech team, if they can get past Arizona State in a couple of weeks, which I expect them to do, man, it's a Tech team that I see almost walking into the college football playoffs because the way Oklahoma State has looked, and Kansas State, and UCF, and West Virginia, some of the guys they have left on their schedule, man, and the way that Tech has played, that's going to be. Tech is on fire right now. That the money looks like it's working. As you look at everyone talked about their offseason acquisitions for this entire season. Also in the Big 12, Baylor and Kansas State tomorrow. Baylor is playing at home. They got the early game against Kansas State. This is a Kansas State team that struggled all year. They're 2-3. Avery Johnson has not lived up to the hype that myself and others put up for him. I thought he was going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12. But the guy he's playing against, I picked to be the best quarterback in the Big 12, and that's proved to be true in Sawyer Robinson. I expect Baylor to come out with a win tomorrow, but this Kansas State team, this is a team you can never count out. They're not going to be a slouch. They're going to be disciplined, and they're going to run the football. Those are the things that they're always going to do, whether they're on the road or whether they're at home. I expect Baylor to be able to come back and get a win in this one. They were able to run the ball successfully, although it be against Oklahoma State. Bryson Washington, the last few games, it started to look like Bryson Washington again. Sawyer Robinson's leading the entire nation in passing yards. He's got one of the best touchdown interception ratios of 17-3 on the season. Kansas State has no chance of stopping Baylor in my estimation, but can Baylor's defense, which has been absolutely horrible, can they stop this Kansas State offense that has found some rhythm against the UCF team this past weekend, and they want to carry that on? I expect Baylor to win, and I expect Baylor to cover. Rock, I'll start with you. What do you think about Baylor and Kansas State's matchup that you've seen a lot of times being in this Waco area over the years?
I just think these two teams provide it's kind of a mismatched bunch, meaning that I think Kansas State is going to be them being able to run the ball is going to slow down the offense of Baylor. It's going to look much like the Arizona State game kind of looked. And I believe they could pull it out. And with Kansas State getting 5 points, I got to take Kansas State in this game.
5 points? Okay.
Yeah, they're getting 5 points.
Yeah. Kansas State and Baylor goes back a long ways. And, man, that's been some tough ball games.
Yeah.
You know, go back to the Art Brown days, man. These were some knockdown dragouts with him and Snyder. And it's kind of been back and forth. But I'm kind of with Rocky. I think Baylor will win the game, but I think Kansas State will cover. Because I think it's going to be a tough game. For David Randall to be a defensive-minded guy, he's being led by his offense.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do some different things on defense to me because they can't stop a nosebleed, man.
I thought the Auburn game was going to be an anomaly as far as how Jackson Arnold ran all over them. We watched it here in studio whenever that game happened. But it has not been. Every team has been – when Oklahoma State scored almost 30 points against them last week, I said this is a real issue for the Baylor Bears in this defense. I thought the defense – leading into the season, the defense was supposed to be their calling card, what they leaned on. They brought in multiple, preseason All-American guys, Travion Barnes, Keaton Thomas, guys that me and Rocky got a chance to sit down with and talk with before the season started, and hadn't lived up to that.
And maybe in this game, because as I'm thinking about it, it could be a better matchup. But tell me how this you guys think is a pan out. Baylor's real issue with defense this year has been covering and getting to the passer.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And when they haven't been able to get to the passer, the quarterback has been able to run the ball. I don't think teams have been able to just line up and run the ball against them, at will. But the quarterback run has been killing them. So can can a guy like Avery Johnson that struggled to pass the ball, can not being put pressure on him at quarterback kind of like give the defense a little more time to focus on the run, and it won't be as big a threat, as the other teams passing the ball.
But you know what Kansas State gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what they gonna do. It ain't no secret about what they gonna do. I mean, they've been playing the same offense, offense that Snyder brought in 30 years ago. And then you take somebody off his staff and you make them the coach there. So what does he do? The same thing.
Yeah.
So it's not a secret.
And they see that same weakness that Rock just talked about with the quarterbacks running the ball as well.
But like Rock said, Baylor's problem has been passing. So, but it has been the quarterback run too, because quarterbacks are able to run. And for Oklahoma State to have this team that has horrible offense,
terrible,
to go out and score 30 points, so that's saying a whole lot.
It's an issue. It's an issue, and it speaks right to the point Rock just brought up about not being able to rush the passer, and I brought this up yesterday on the show. These guys that we paid in the offseason, Travion Barnes, big-time bag to bring him over here. He was the leading tackler. 1 sack. Amarian Winston, big-time guy that we brought in. 2 sacks. He's been our biggest star. Matthew Fobbs White, we see way down here at the bottom, was our biggest money spend in the offseason as far as NIL money. 0 sacks on the season. That's where the issue comes in. They have not been able to get to the passer whatsoever. They've been in shootout ball games, and they've got a total of 7 sacks in 5 games. And every game has been a shootout. Every game has been the quarterback dropping back, and you've got 7 sacks. And that's including you playing against Samford and Oklahoma State. So, yeah, Baylor, it's the defense that's got to figure it out. Unfortunately, so far, they're wasting what could potentially be a record-breaking season for Sawyer Robinson. Unfortunately, right now, they're wasting that because the defense hasn't been able to stop anybody. But we'll see what Baylor does. They got the early game tomorrow as they'll play at 11 o'clock, so I won't get on 35 at any time tomorrow morning because I know it's going to be jammed up over there for the game. One more Big 12 game, Colorado and TCU. This game is the night game tomorrow at 6:30 on Fox. They're playing at TCU. TCU just lost last week in what was a super close game against Arizona State. And Arizona State, a team that I kind of started to write off after their loss versus Mississippi State. Man, they're showing why they were the Big 12 champs last year. Kenny Dillingham showing why he's a good coach. And this Arizona State team has been able to bounce back and got 2 tough wins to start out their conference play against Baylor and against TCU. But this Colorado team has struggled. We've kept up with this team closely as well throughout the season. Caden Salters played better in their last game against BYU, but still left some stuff on the table, especially in that fourth quarter that ended up losing to them. Their defense has not been able to play well against dynamic quarterbacks, and they're going to play probably the best quarterback they played so far in Josh Hoover. He's no joke whatsoever. This guy's has already put up monster numbers. Eric McAllister, their receiver, has been a problem all year long. Wayne, I'll start with you. How do you see this Colorado and TCU game going tomorrow at 6:30? TCU 13.5-point favorites, by the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. I don't think they'll cover, but I think TCU will win. I hate to go against my boy Prime, and I want Colorado to win. But then I have Sonny Dykes over there too, which I have a relationship with too, and but I just think TCU has a better team. I don't. My problem with Colorado still is their interior, like in the trenches. You have to have guys in the trenches that get it done, and I just don't think they had that. I think they had a skill position because Prime is going to always be able to recruit that, but the trenches somewhere down the line has gone wrong, and I think TCU going to exploit that, and I think they'll be able to sit back there and pass all day. I think they'll be able to run the ball. And I think that they can put pressure on on Colorado when they do pass the ball. So
well, I just think Colorado is a strange team to me.
Yeah, man.
Meaning that they play awfully hard. I'm gonna give the kids credit. They play awfully hard. But in close games, and I have to criticize Prime here. They don't manage the clock well.
No, horrible so far this season.
They make the worst penalties in crunch time. It's almost as if the more tense the game gets, the kids almost panic or play worse, or they play tight. I'll just put it like that. Let me ask you this, Walker. Do you think having the public attention over the course of the last going on 3 years has made, I'm not going to say Coach Prime tight, but somehow made the kids play tight?
It has to have some type of effect. You just think about it. You on I don't care if you play at 9 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be on 2 with Colorado because that's the type of attention that they demand because everybody want to know what Prime doing. And so that's what you're going to get. And then on top of that, when you play other schools, they know that. It's like we finna be prime time because we're playing Colorado this week.
Yeah.
So you're going to get everybody. It's just like the Cowboys. I keep telling you, it's like the Cowboys. You're going to get
Everybody's Super Bowl.
Yeah. So
as a Colorado Buffalo team, that's what I would consider marginally talented. I think they have some talent, especially a wide receiver, especially even I saw Caden Salters at quarterback.
I think the quarterback is talented.
I think the quarterback is talented.
I just don't think he get enough time.
Yeah.
To pass.
I think.
And then I think they have. Who was the offense coordinator? The guy that was in the NFL.
Pat Shermer?
Yeah.
Pat Shermer. Okay. He has to do something different, man. You got to be a little bit more creative, man. Like you still doing the stuff that you was doing when you was with
and then in critical situations last week, there were some critical situations last week where, like in the fourth quarter, 3rd and 7, he throws a screen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you have a chance to win the game, and you throw a screen. What does that do? Put your quarterback in 4th and 10. And so I just think they haven't been doing things to help out. And again, Walker, maybe what they're doing is trying to compensate for a poor offensive line, like you're saying.
Yeah, and sometimes it ain't what you call it when you call it.
Yes.
You gotta have that rhythm in offense. Like when you offense coordinator, you got to have that rhythm and know what's going to work at this certain time. You gotta project what the defense is going to play.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where game planning comes in at when you can say, hey, this is what they do in third and medium or third and long, and these are the plays that we're going to run, and you kind of take that guess and you say, hey, this is what I believe they're going to run. And then you go out and then you execute. You call the right play in that situation because you know they're going to be playing that defense, and you know you got a play that can beat that defense.
Yeah.
So it's all about timing, and you have to have the correct timing, Jalen, when you're going into that. And I don't think he gets that.
You know, last year one of the things that kind of used to get on my nerves, two things. They passed the ball way too much last year.
Way too much.
But then another thing that would get on my nerves sometimes, but I have to say, Shador would force big plays.
Yeah.
And we saw it cost them sometimes too. But Kay Saltz is almost on the other side of the deal. He's risk averse. He doesn't want to take those deep shots, those deep threats, throw those 50-50 balls and stuff like that. He'd much rather throw to the open guy. And from what I've seen, you know, looking at the quarterback view, those guys, they're playing so much zone against at the BYU game against Colorado. Like, he has all the eyes looking at him, and those routes don't seem like they seem like they're running those same crossing routes that they were running against teams when they were covering a man, and they should be running routes that are sitting down and stuff like that.
This is what I don't get. Okay. So when you play football, and I didn't know until I got to the pros, and then you kind of start getting your grasp on how everything is run. But every game plan needs to be tailored differently because the opponent don't run the same defense. Everything needs to be like when you get in pros. It's be some stuff that you ran in week 1 and you don't run it again until week 12.
Yeah.
So you're saying you should have went into the BYU game knowing that they're going to run their predominantly zone.
Yes. So now you have
especially on the inside, in the inside of their defense.
Yeah.
They're going to be zone, and you should have had zone beaters.
You saw zone plays that you run because you have to tailor. Your game plan is totally different. I can't run man routes against zone coverage. And when you do, you know you got to stop in those holes and this, that, and other. So, but there are routes that you can run that are zone routes. So you gotta be ready for whatever a team gives you. You know, I mean, I'm gonna run different formations. Like I say, like when I got in pros, it's totally different. But the one thing about pros is it's a job. Yeah, you going to work at, and I'm a rookie. You going to work at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you got a game plan all week, and when you come out, you got to execute that game plan, and you're going to work on it. You're going to watch film, but you're there all day and you're working on this. But it might be something that you ran in week 2. You might not run that again until week 12, 13. Because that's what because every game plan is tailored differently.
Yeah.
And I don't care because they don't want to put something on film that you're going to see 2 or 3 times.
Exactly.
You know,
I think a lot of Colorado's problems is, to both of you guys' point, it's coaching, and even Coach Prime falls into that. Rocky alluded to. I mean, they've had horrible clock. Every game that's been close, they've had terrible clock management. In the BYU game, terrible clock management. In the Georgia Tech game, even worse clock management. With that one, I think the plays have not been the best as far as play calling. Like you said, that screen play on 3rd and 7 last, that was terrible. And then to the pressure aspect, I think a lot got covered up with the pressure aspect last year because you had some big time in pressure players like Shador, like Travis.
You're trying to get him a Heisman, and then you end up winning a Heisman for
Travis. And Shador was ready for those moments. He delivered in almost all of those. Man, we just need some type of heroic play going all the way back to the Baylor game. He delivered. All these guys haven't been the Shador type, or the Travis Hunter, LaJohntay West, all those guys that stepped up huge for him last year.
But then it translates and it caused some bad habits on the professional level for Shador.
Absolutely.
Because now you run around there and you think you can do what you did in college and hold on to the ball and throw it at the last minute. That ain't working.
Yeah.
But going back to Colorado, you don't have Shador there now. You don't have a 4-year starter that started at Jackson State. You run the same offense. And you can go out there and you can rely on him. You don't have a Travis Hunter. You don't have a Jimmy Horn. You don't have those guys.
You don't have guys that you trust.
Yeah,
in other words.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to do something different, man. So run the ball. I see them. It's they winning the ball game, and you putting the ball in there. Why am I stopping the clock? Why am I stopping the clock? Why?
You know,
you know what's my best friend? You know what's my best friend? The clock.
Yeah. Yes, and we saw that too many times from them last year. Colorado, I'm like you though. I don't see them covering the spread, TCU covering the spread, but I won't pick Colorado to win in this game, man. I think just too much TCU offense at the end of the day in this game for Colorado to be able to handle.
See if we can get a look in on that midway game.
Yeah.
Look like they having a good old-fashioned shootout.
That's a shootout.
In the third quarter.
So as we were discussing the Colorado
It's in the
game, it's going into the fourth right now. They just transitioned over to the fourth quarter. They fumbled the ball. Midway had a 20-point lead, and it looks like it's all gravy. A fumble in their own territory led to Shoemaker scoring. Now it's a 12-point game. Now some of that pressure that both of y'all just spoke about starts to creep up. At first it was all, okay, we're just shooting out and we're winning. But now you got to hold out, use the clock as your best friend. And if not, the Shoemaker team, I mean, ain't nobody stopping nobody. So you don't want to give them the ball back. It's 40-52.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody stopping nobody. So we'll see how this game finishes. We'll get some more live look-ins as they get ready for that fourth quarter over there. But as of right now, 52-40. And this is not a basketball game. This is a football game, y'all. It's fourth quarter, 52-40. And Midway's got a 12-point lead in that game.
Ain't nobody stopping nobody.
Nobody.
No,
This is
football. Touch.
Everybody's stats look good after this week, unless you play defense. Everybody on offense for both teams.
7-on-7, man. That's all this is, man.
That's exactly what it is. It's 7-on-7 players. Look like Midway trying to run the ball. Man, you got some of those backs, man. You got to get those guys the ball.
I suspect Wissington will get
He's
loose here shortly.
He's a big kid. He should see at least another 15 carries in this game, even more than what he has right now. One more college game. We'll do some pros before we get out of here.
I know who you want to talk about now. That last game.
Yeah.
That's a game.
Miami Hurricanes versus Florida State. 6:30 game tomorrow at Florida State. Miami is favored in this game by 4.5 points. I've spoke about it on the show before. I think Miami is one of the best teams in the country. Carson Beck has played better than what I thought he would play so far this season. And a lot of the games have been won because of they probably have a top 3 offensive and defensive line in Miami. Definitely their defensive line is top 3 for sure, with Bain looking like he's going to be a top 10 pick in the draft next year. The offensive line is going to have a top 15, 20 pick on their tackle that they have out there on the outside. I have Miami winning this game. We know it's going to be a close game. They're playing against one of their biggest, if not their biggest rival in Florida State, at Florida State. Y'all know how I feel about Tommy Castellanos if you watch the show. I love him. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country. But seeing what their defense gave up last week versus Virginia, as we were right here on set watching that game, seeing what their defense gave up, I don't expect them to be able to get many stops against Miami. For that reason, I got Miami winning this game. What y'all think about Miami versus Florida State this weekend? I think that's the night game, 6:30 game tomorrow.
Man, I'm taking Florida State.
Okay, the upset. Okay.
I'm taking the upset. I think their pass catchers and I think their quarterback is dynamic. Florida State, they can get away from some of that pressure. But I think their pass catchers, man, their offense is. They're not losing because of their offense. They're losing because of their defense.
For sure.
But I'm taking Florida State in this game, man. I think they're gonna. This game right here, it's about respect. It's about bragging rights. You got Florida State and Miami. These guys played against each other in high school. You got some guys from this is about bragging rights, man. So everything goes out the window. So I'm taking Florida State in this game.
Picking them with the upset. Rock, who you got Miami versus Florida State tomorrow night?
Again, man, when I look at this game, I have to be real about it. Miami is the better team. Now, again, I think Miami has played the one team out of these teams that's as I look at it, I think Notre Dame is the best team of the group that both teams are playing. I know a lot of people think Alabama is whatever, but I'm just thinking, but thinking about what Notre Dame has put on film, they're the best team. And in my opinion, Miami handled them pretty good. I don't think Florida State's anywhere close to what Notre Dame is defensively.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, we'll come back in here and we'll talk about it next week.
But I gotta take Miami now. I wonder where the money is, because this line has moved quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like it started off at 6.5, now it's all the way down to 4.5, which makes me seems like the public has their money on Florida State.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, I think Florida. This is what get it for me. Florida State got some pass catches.
Yeah.
And that quarterback, you can have a pass rush, but man, you're gonna have to have a spy too. You ain't gonna be able because he can run the ball and he can throw the ball. So I think that's where the difference is gonna be. I think Miami has a better team. I think Carson Beck is the guy. But man, I'm telling you, when you play rivalry games like this,
and Florida State's at home.
Man, how you gonna?
Yeah. That's how you gonna hear the whole game.
Man, and I'm gonna tell you because I played there before.
Yeah.
And they had this Indian come out. He
ride out on that horse.
Yeah, he got this spear that's on fire, and he'll ride right through you, and he'll stick it right in the middle of the ground,
letting you know what's up.
And then they got this fire meter. As soon as he stick it in the ground, they got this meter, and it's got a fire thing go up, and it lights up too. And so when they get loud, guess what happens?
The flame goes up.
The flame goes up. It's going up tomorrow. It's going up tomorrow, Rocky.
So you think the playing conditions are going to dictate?
No, I don't. Because I mean, it's in Florida. That's swamp
still
land.
Florida. Yeah.
I mean, it's
No. What I mean by the home field advantage is going to be a factor. Is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, home field advantage is going to be a factor. But you can dismiss all of that because these guys are familiar with each other, man. These people that known each other their whole life. It's bragging rights. So I don't get nobody clear. I'm just thinking Florida State gonna win because they're at home, and I think they have better pass catchers, and I think the quarterback is gonna make the difference because you got one that can scramble and you got one that can't.
Yeah, that's gonna be a huge game tomorrow, 6:30. Like you said, both guys playing in each other's backyard, man. It's Florida on Florida. Crime going on tomorrow, so that's gonna be real fun to watch. Midway just put up another score, 59-40, as you were saying, Wayne. Latham Wizardson, yeah, man.
He broke 10
dude
tackles,
is special.
man. The dude
So
broke
he
10
plays.
tackles, man.
My nephew was also on this team, Jacoby Hamilton. I used to go to their middle school games and watch, and I used to be wondering, man, who is number one running this ball? When they was like in 7th grade, it was Latham Wizardson, man. He was a problem. All the games I've seen him play from middle school.
He just broke 10 tackles. I'm promising.
Like in one play.
It was like the boy Sharon Lynch run.
Really? Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, just slanging
What
people.
is he a sophomore?
Junior.
Oh man,
he's a junior. Last year he rushed for
look like
1,500 as a
they
sophomore.
look like they're giving him the ball more now.
I wish we could replay it. I wish we could replay it so you could see this.
Yeah, wow. It's gonna be everywhere tonight. You'll see it on Twitter at some point tonight. It's gonna be man. The dude is phenomenal. First off, Midway, I gotta give credit to Coach Gillespie and to their offense, man. These dudes have put up 45 plus points in 4 of their 5 games, regardless of who they're playing. These dudes are putting up monster numbers. I mean, Shoemaker's undefeated coming into this. They just beat Temple, who was undefeated the last week. And they about to put a 60-piece on these dudes in the 4th quarter, man. So this Midway offense is dynamic. We've talked about them all year long. They're special, and mainly because number 4, Latham Wizardson, is special at the running back position. You see why he's got, like I said, only place I've seen that hasn't offered him is Ohio State. Everybody else we just got done talking about has already offered him. Texas, Baylor, Tech, Miami, whoever you could think of, they've already sent the dude an offer, and you see why, because the film does not lie out here. While we got a couple minutes here left, we're going to end it a little bit early here tonight. I want to talk a little bit of NFL, though. We'll leave some of this for next week on Centex Prime Time. But I got to pose the question, man, because as I'm watching the game last night, 49ers win the game against the Rams, and that's not surprising to me because the NFC West, anybody can be anybody in the NFC West. It's been like that as long as I've been watching the NFL. Especially in these iterations of this team. Is Brock Purdy better than Mac Jones? Because I keep seeing a lot of people being surprised.
Mac Jones better than
I see a lot of people being surprised. Man, Mac Jones going on. Why do we think Mac Jones
was a starter for?
He was a first round pick.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy was the last pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Why are people surprised?
Why is it surprising that two system quarterbacks are able to run a system?
Yeah, because
these are system quarterbacks. These are system quarterbacks, guys.
And Kyle Shanahan wants system quarterback and has only succeeded with system quarterbacks.
Let me tell you this. They were showing. They were showing some stats. They was throwing some things out. Jimmy Garoppolo was successful.
Yeah, come on, man. Man, Ryan won an MVP with this dude.
Exactly. Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
As a rookie.
Yeah.
As
his
a rookie.
starts. Yeah. And they was talking about one other quarterback that they had. And then and Matt Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold won a game.
Sam Darnold won some games with him.
All of them have gone. The
CJ
guys that
Beathard.
started under the first 2 games with him have all gone 2-0.
Now let me.
So
let
that's
me,
a system
Let me
quarterback.
add something because I think we have to add context to this game because this is something different, slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
I think Brock Purdy always gets similar results when Christian McCaffrey is in the game.
Mm-hmm.
My question to you: what does this team look like with either one of those guys without Christian McCaffrey? That's when you get ready. That's when you really get a chance to see who they really are.
Because that's your bell cow.
Look what Brock. Well, the system is predicated on Christian McCaffrey in the running game, in the passing game. Everything comes off of him. Again, Brock Purdy gets drastically different results when Christian McCaffrey isn't on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Just like any other quarterback that I remember that Jordan Mason played for him in place of Christian McCaffrey a couple games.
Mm-hmm.
And they were able to do really, really good things when he was getting the results similar to Christian McCaffrey. As soon as Jordan Mason got injured last year and he went out and they didn't have Christian McCaffrey, their season tanked.
Mm-hmm.
This offense, the piece to this offense, you can look at the quarterback stats if you want to, but this offense is predicated around being able to run the ball and being able to throw off play action and being in third and medium, second and medium situations. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
I imagine if you look at for a guy like Mac Jones to throw for 342 yards, he probably threw it 50 times. You know what I mean? He's not lighting it up.
Right on the money, 49.
He's not lighting it up.
But that's my thing. That's why I don't understand.
Same thing with Stafford for that minute, because I believe they're running a similar offense.
Oh,
yeah, it's all the same system.
You know who created it?
Yeah, they all coach together multiple places.
Shanahan.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, and he's a disciple of Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
McVay is.
Yeah,
but he just
coached
did
with him
something.
in Washington.
Yeah, but he just done something different.
Mm-hmm.
What I like to look at is, one of the stats I always look at is QBR. And QBR is a rating based on not only completions, touchdowns, whatever, but what created the play.
Mm-hmm.
What created the play, whatever. And again, you can throw a 5-yard pass in that offense and then it gets ran off for 40 yards and then all of a sudden you had a 40-yard completion. That doesn't really tell the story about who Mac Jones is or whatever he's playing. I like Mac Jones as a quarterback, but he's a guy that if you put him in Dak's offense, he doesn't do what Dak does.
He can't succeed.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So you got to know.
He's a system quarterback. Like you said, that's why I didn't understand them paying.
That's what I was just about to go to.
I can't.
I said this last year. It makes no sense to pay Brock Purdy when you had the exact same success.
You got to have a quarterback, though.
Yeah, let me go find Mac Jones off the street again. And if now you don't find him, go get CJ Beathard or Jimmy Garoppolo.
But here's the deal. They believe, now this is where it's different. And I when as an organization, if you find your guy, you got to pay your guy. If you believe you can win a Super Bowl, and I think I got this from you, Walker. If you believe the guy that's taking snaps can win you a Super Bowl, you got to pay him.
You got to pay him. You had to pay him. I just don't see you paying him that much.
I don't.
But it's the system. It's the part of the system. Yeah. The whole NFL system that you have to go out and you have to pay him because he earned it. He earned it because he got win.
Mac Jones had make one play today, last night, where he extended the play at all. You didn't see one scramble.
But like you said, their offense is predicated on play action run.
Yeah, and
you got to have and who you have to do that.
You got to
You have to have a running back. You have to have a running back. You have to have a running back to do that. Where the Rams, they changed their whole system. I like the Rams offense better than I like anybody's offense in the whole league, to be honest with you.
They get their guys wide
It's
open.
kind of just like Detroit's, where you use motion to dictate everything. It'll let you know what's going on. As a receiver, that's a big advantage that you have.
The interesting thing about, and it may be, they maybe do it on Shanahan's side, but I don't see it as clearly, how they use getting leverage in the Rams offense to create wide open wide receivers.
Yeah,
like,
with the motion.
Yeah.
You know, with
That
the
played
zip
the 2-2 last night.
Man,
in the fourth.
I love that as a receiver. I think that's
and then how they're able to make their now on borderline. Those screenplays they run are somewhat illegal to me, but I'll let them. Because the guy runs a route and then comes back, and then the inside receiver is still blocking. You know what I mean?
But that's what you do. You when you that outside receiver, you take a step up so you can get him to come off, and it sets up your block. Then you come back. So you hoop and you come back. So you step up and then you run back and loop so you catch the ball on the run, and then you got your blockers
But the
coming
guy,
out here.
but the guy on the inside is leaving so slow, right? He almost is letting the guy jam him so you can come behind him and catch the ball. You know what I mean?
It's legal, Rocket. That's legal. I probably throughout Canada and all of that in college, I probably ran about 6 or 7 touchdowns on just that play.
Yeah.
Just that screen play.
On just that play alone.
I mean, it's all about timing. It's all about timing. In the Rams system, they run more screens and more
screen action.
And screen action.
Because if they run that screen enough to where sometimes they run, that's how Puka Nacua gets wide open, because they'll run that fake, almost like a fake screen action, and he runs right by the.
I've been having you run. I had you run that when we played flag football. But, so I've been knowing this play a long time. But
you go out fake stalk.
Yeah, you fake the screen, and then you got this guy coming out here block. Just fake stalk. Just keep going. Boom. So you done set it up, but you have to set it up. It's all about timing.
Ain't nobody out there with him and Jesus.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And that's what I was about to Rams. Nobody schemes guys completely wide open better than the Los Angeles Rams do. But
because of scheme.
I had to just pose that question because I see a lot of people, even on ESPN, like surprised that
system.
Mac Jones. And we watched him do it with Kirk Cousins and Alfred Morris is where I seen it first. Then I seen it again with Matt Ryan and Devontae Freeman and Tevin Campbell. Then I seen it again with Jimmy Garoppolo and Raheem Mostert that rushed for 20 touchdowns, and then 2 years later Raheem Mostert was out.
Now, the one thing about the Rams system is you're going to catch the ball with people around you all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing.
You have to be willing to take it.
Yeah, you have to be willing to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Now, Matt Stafford, I think, does an amazing job of keeping the ball
I'm not
down.
leading you into,
Yes.
Man,
death throws like Trevor Lawrence does out here.
You don't go out there with some alligator arms, man.
His receivers. I don't know why Trevor Lawrence, he must got beef with some of his receivers. But 49ers get a win last night. They moved to 4-1.
Let's look at them
they
Cowboys,
got the lead
man.
on the
Let's look at
division.
them Cowboys.
Yeah, you got your jersey on, man, so you know where I was going next. They got the Jets coming up. This line has stayed the exact same the entire time, and Vegas shows they don't trust either team. When they give you 1 point in Vegas, that means we don't trust anybody. We'll go to whoever we think, I guess, maybe has a slight advantage. Cowboys have a 1.5 point lead. I like the Cowboys. I already took Cowboys in the points in this game, even though they're playing in New York. I don't trust anything to do with the Jets. I think they are much improved from what we saw before. I think Aaron Glenn is going to be a good coach, but they folded in every single type of pressure situation they've had so far this season, so I can't pick them against the Cowboys. But I will take the over for Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson because the Cowboys have shown they ain't been able to stop nobody. I know who Rocky's picking. Well, Wayne, what you think about Jets and Cowboys?
I think the Cowboys win. I think this will be a defensive standoff. No, not at all. But I picked the Cowboys in this game. Man, ain't now one of these teams playing defense, man.
Can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah. With the Jets, they can't stop the pass. or the run.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, they can't stop the pass or the run.
Yeah.
So, but I just think the Cowboys have a more dynamic offense.
Yeah, Rob, we talked about it on Tuesday about the Cowboys coming out here and getting a win. What you think they'll do on Sunday against the Jets?
Under the leadership of Dakota Rain Prescott, I suspect.
You got to call out the whole name now.
I suspect the Cowboys to win. I mean, again, Dak has played marvelously this year.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Detroit game, I think the team struggled as a whole. My concern, this week is without 3 starting offensive linemen, what is it that we can do? Can we actually move the football consistently in the running game? I think we're gonna be able to pass. But I'm hopeful for a lot of things that are going on with the Cowboys, man, and it's just defensively, if we can't stop this team, we won't be able to stop nobody.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't been able to stop nobody anyway.
Already.
I mean, but the Jets, offensive wise, is pretty good because they got a quarterback in the run.
They've been scoring the ball.
They got a great receiver, and they running back Bryce Hall ain't.
Yeah,
Bryce Hall, he nice.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's gonna not necessarily a shootout, but I think both teams will be able to score pretty willingly, and I think the Cowboys will score more. I don't see how the Jets will be able to stop the Cowboys at all. I'm going to go through a couple more of these real quick before we get off here. Tampa Bay and Seattle tomorrow. Tampa Bay's 3-1, same as Seattle. Seattle is a 3.5-point favorite in this game. I'm taking Seattle at home. Baker Mayfield's been really battling through some injuries. Bucky Irvin got hurt in their last game. He's been really great for him all season as well. I'm taking Seattle really mainly because they're at home and Sam Darnold played decent. Wayne, who you liking this one, Seattle?
I'm taking Seattle because of their defense, man, and I think they'll be. But the Bucks played. Their defense is good.
Yeah.
But Sam Darnold been playing amazing. His stats have been better this year than they were last year. And last year he had Addison and Jefferson.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm taking Seattle.
Yeah. Rock, who you liking this one? Tampa Bay and Seattle on Sunday
Seattle
afternoon game.
Yeah, I take Seattle.
Yeah, I'll take
Seattle at home. I think Sam Darnold will be able to play well. And then, of course, they'll be able to run the ball. They'll run the ball, keep him out of harm's way. And again, Baker Mayfield has that Brett Favre in him. Well, he's going to get you, but you can get him too.
Yeah, exactly. I think so too. I think Seattle and their defense has played pretty good so far this season, so I'll take them. Wayne, your Chargers tomorrow or on Sunday, they got the Commanders coming into this game. I'm not sure if I think Jaden Daniels will be playing in this game.
He will.
So we know their offense will be back in shape on that one. I took the Chargers. I already picked a couple of these games. I took the Chargers on this one. They're playing at home. I think this is a get-back game after last week losing to a Giants team that no one expected them to lose to. I think they get right this week. What do you think about the Chargers,
I think the Chargers will get it right this week. Home cooking, man, is some of the best cooking you can ever get, man, when you back at home and you had that comfortability, and then
what do you think about them losing to a team that we dominated? You know what I mean? As the Cowboys,
see how he tried to put it.
You see how he came at me though with it though. He wanted to catch me off guard with that question. But that's an old friend, But
I'm
no.
just saying,
man,
we know you cash more checks for the San Diego Chargers.
Good checks
so we
too,
know it. But at the end of the day,
but,
they went over to the old Meadowlands, man, and laid a meadow egg. You know what I mean?
That flying across country is a different thing, man. That you had to.
And did they have a 12 o'clock kickoff too?
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Commanders are gonna do this week. They traveling.
Yeah, they flying
from
across
Washington. I mean, that's what. 8 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours.
But they're going to be kicking off at 12. They're going to be kicking off at 3 o'clock daytime.
Yeah, but 3 o'clock daytime, yeah. But when you have to go the other way.
So you're saying that body clock of literally having to be on the field at 6 o'clock in the morning your time, then kicking off at 9 o'clock in the morning your time.
Well, it affects everything because it affects sleep. It affects what time you wake up.
Yeah.
Because if you have a 12 o'clock game and your body gets used to, so you saying that's 1 o'clock Eastern, which is 12 o'clock our time, which California is 2 hours. That's 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so to get prepared for a game, that's 10 o'clock in the morning. So you think about it. I mean, you getting up about 5 in the morning just to get ready for a game.
Yeah.
Because you got to eat breakfast. You got to go to the stadium, get treatment, and get.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, I think the NFL deal is you have to be at the stadium 2 hours and 45 minutes, 2 hours and 45 minutes before kick, and so that means that you're at the stadium at old dog 30 California time.
Yeah, exactly. That has an effect. That has an effect.
Yeah.
Not only do you have like a 10 o'clock kick, but you have you have to be at the stadium at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's what I'm talking about. But that ain't what time you got up. You got up about 5 that morning.
Yeah, because you got to eat before you get to the stadium.
Yeah. You had team meeting. You had all of this type of stuff, man, before you even get on the bus.
I watched this game, man. And this is gonna make me sick to my stomach, because West Virginia got a chance in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're gonna have a chance. BYU ain't good. That's what makes it bad that Colorado lost to them last week. BYU is not good.
And they ranked 23rd in the nation.
They got a quarterback that's got number 47 on. You can never lose in a game when a quarterback got on. This is Johnny Unitas number.
They had Robbie Bosco, and he wore number 22.
Yeah.
But he was balling, and he was up for
he was a dog.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a 22 than 47. You a outside linebacker at 47. I don't know whose jersey he got on. Last thing I want to ask, and then we're going to get out of here, folks. Minnesota and Cleveland play tomorrow. Nobody cares about that game. But the story is Dylan Gabriel is getting the start.
They play tomorrow?
On Sunday. My bad. They play on Sunday, but they got the early game.
I'll be able to watch him. This game kicks off before Sunday school, everybody.
So me and Rocky, we belong to the same church, and
what's that one called?
I know I hadn't seen him at church. I hadn't seen him at church because he hadn't seen me. That's all I can tell you.
Hey, I do sound at Carver Park. I see our homeboy Keith Kimber up there all the time.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to get him back up here on the shot to him. Get him back up here.
Bring him over here before he start his world.
Yeah. Because that's what when we came on the show last time. I said I'm going to have to get you back before you get all over the place and start being there.
You got about 2 weeks. You better go ahead and start getting it.
I'm going to talk to him Sunday when I see him.
Yeah, tell him come on up here, man.
Yeah, see if I can get him back on here. But what's y'all's take on this deal, man? You know, Shador been in the media, obviously, because he's Shador. But him going and doing the fake talking or not talking in the press conference got everybody mad. Rex Ryan came at him earlier and all this stuff and was saying stuff that, like, you got to sit in the front of the meetings and all of this kind of stuff, which is really throwing out accusations on the guy like he's not sitting in the front. But I talked to Rocky a little bit about it, Wayne. So what's your perspective on this whole Shador thing and then Dylan Gabriel getting the start on Sunday?
Well, first of all, you got to understand that you was the fifth pick. You was the fifth-round pick.
Mm-hmm.
He was the third-round pick. In the preseason.
It's a pecking order.
It's a pecking order. Shador gonna be around, and Shador gonna be around for business reasons. If Shador wasn't number one leading jersey selling, all the attention he getting and all of that type of stuff, and he's this color, he would have been gone. He would have been gone because of his actions. Sometimes you just have to be quiet, man. Sometimes, and I'm just saying it. As a professional, he getting the opportunity because he's selling those jerseys. He's getting that opportunity because of his dad. He's getting that opportunity because he did a great job in college, but he needs to refine his skills. This is when you just sit back and say, hey, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let them do what they, because you don't control that situation. You don't control that narrative. So what you have to do is you have to sit back as a player. Hey, I'm going to work on my shit. I'm going to work on me. I'm going to work on my game. All this stuff, I'm going to sit back and learn. I'm going to learn these defenses. I'm sitting back and I'm just refining it and just taking it all in. So when I do get my opportunity, I'm never releasing it and never letting it go. Because this is the thing. Dylan Gabriel, he gonna struggle too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sitting back and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on my turn.
Just wait.
But I ain't gotta say nothing. I ain't gotta talk to the media. I ain't gotta sit in front of no meetings if I don't want to. Long as I'm working on me and I know what I'm doing and I'm refining my skills and I'm getting better and better, I'm gonna go out here on the scout team every week Because I know who they playing this week.
Minnesota in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay, so I'm going out there. I'm gonna be Carson Wentz this week.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, whoever they played, I'm gonna be him. And I'm running
Jared
Yeah.
I'm running all these people's scout teams and this, that, and other. But I'm working on my stuff. I'm working on my stuff at the same time because I love this game and I want to play. Because I don't have to be here because I got enough money to live on. But I love the game. So while I'm here and I'm loving the game, I might as well take into effect that I need to get better. So this is where I'm getting better on. You got the best pass rusher in the world rushing at you every week.
Man.
So I'm working on all my stuff. So he needs to start working on it. Man, but he going to always get criticized. Anything, little things that he does. And that's why Rex Ryan ain't got a job now. You running your mouth. You ain't get it done. You ain't get it done.
Well, I look at it like this here. Because this saga started back in June. I mean, back in May. I think it's May, right? Or April. When he ended up being, he threw a touchdown, interception for a touchdown. Yeah, they gonna give it away. But anyway, my point of saying this is that he got drafted in the 5th round. He celebrated being drafted. He came in humble, kept his mouth shut. He worked hard. He had a great game first time he came out. He wasn't, even though he wasn't getting reps, he wasn't being prepped to be a starter or a competitor for the job. And then he went out and played well. Boom. That created his story. He comes back the next week, after him having a good game. Dylan Gabriel recovers from a hamstring. He starts against, I want to say the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles. He struggles mightily. Dylan Gabriel struggles mightily in that game. They don't even play Shador in that game. They play Kenny Pickett. I think they play Kenny Pickett.
The dude they cut, Snoop Huntley. They played Snoop Huntley.
Kenny Pickett didn't play nowhere.
Yeah. They play Snoop Huntley. The third game, they play him. They play Gillen Gabriel. He makes the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They put him in against, I think all the guys, none of the guys he played with are currently on the roster. And then when it's time for him to just make some noise in a 2-minute drill, they put Snoop in, and boom, again.
But this is what I'm
see
saying.
what happens. Well, what I'm saying is he can't do nothing to please him.
Yeah.
When he shut up, when he doesn't talk, whatever. And then they asked him, "Hey man, what do you do?" He looked like, "I want to start in this league." I don't know what he's supposed to say.
What are you supposed
I don't
to
know
say?
what I don't know what he's supposed
I
to say.
love sitting on the bench, y'all. I hope I never start.
I don't know what he's
say?
supposed to say, but when he says that, it goes off. Then you come to him and he says nothing. And that's a problem too. He can't win for losing.
Yeah,
now,
that's
again,
what I say.
Was he being a bit of a smart ass about it? Absolutely.
Yeah, he was.
But I guess considering the scrutiny he's been under, I think him pantomiming was a pass for what I think I would probably be saying in the same situation.
Exactly.
Won't y'all quit with me?
Exactly.
Yeah, but you got to
see
remember
these
who you
mother,
are.
Yeah.
you see these mother don't want to play me. Why you keep asking me what you think?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But you got to remember who you are at the same time.
Yeah.
You know this. You know everything
He's
that
22,
you say gonna get scrutinized. You know that. Man, they wanna blast on Shador and Dion so bad. So they looking for something. I don't give them
Looking
nothing
for
to
anything.
But I'm like you. What are you supposed to say? Now, I want to sit on the bench. I want to sit on the bench. I'm just gonna sit here and wait my turn, and I'm gonna sit here and wait my turn, and when I no, I want to play.
Do you sit up here and say, "Hey, I trust my coaches and to do the right thing and make sure that I'm prepared"?
They want him to kiss the ring. That's what they want him to say. They want him to, "Hey, I'm just a 5th round pick. I'm just going to be lowly.
Let me ask you
I
this
hope
here,
my
Walker.
coach gives me a chance."
Is it in situations like this where a player is extremely popular? I can't remember somebody that's not a star player in this situation, but should a player like Shador shield for his coaches and say, "Hey, when they think I'm ready, they'll put me out there and I'll have a chance. But until that time, I'm gonna be here.
This is what I'm gonna say. Nobody knows what goes on in that locker room, and these coaches mean because it's just them. But you have a sense of how they feel about you every day. We don't have that sense, but Shador has that sense. He's not sharing it, because Stefanski is the quarterback coach. He's in that meeting every day. So you know how you feel. The offense coordinator, you're in that meeting every day.
Tommy Reese.
Yeah. So these guys work with him every day, and you're around this guy for, say, 7-8 hours a day? Because you're going to go to work at 8. You probably ain't getting out of there till about 5. It's an 8-to-5 job. That's what people don't understand. So you're around these people all that time, maybe a couple of hours on the practice field, or we go to lunch and this, that. But I say probably out of those 8 hours, you with that guy at least 5 hours. So he knows how they feel about him because he talks to him every day, and I'm sure he knows. And he hadn't divulged that with anyone, but he knows how they feel about him. Well, I wouldn't put him throw him under the bus because then he's gonna be labeled a bad guy.
Well, what I'm saying, does he shield for him? Like I think he can shield for him now he can say, hey, when they think I'm ready.
If you got a good feeling about
I don't think there's any trust in the relationship he has with the organization.
No. Well, and he shouldn't have.
Zero.
After what they did and everything that's came out about the draft, how can you have?
They finna put the supercomputer in the game this week.
Yeah.
And again, we'll see.
Baby hands coming in the game.
We're gonna see against the Flores defense how that supercomputer processes.
I'm trying to tell you.
And my question is, he won't get out the first half without one interception.
I might go quarter, but yeah, he definitely ain't getting out the first half without interception. Dylan Gabriel's gonna struggle, like Wayne said earlier.
No. And I'm not gonna say necessarily gonna be him. I think it's everything about who he's throwing it to.
That too. Just throwing to nobody. Who's running the ball? Who's blocking for him?
If I was Shador, I'd be happy I'm not playing this week.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out there and play against blind.
In Ireland against Brian Flores defense.
I'm happy. Let them go out there and blow the game and mess up and throw interceptions and all that. All I'm be sitting back. I'm Shador. I'm sitting back there doing this.
Listening to perfect time, man. Because you're just waiting on the right time.
Yeah.
Perfect time, man. I mean, I think Shador is going to be fine in all of this. Like both of you guys alluded to, he can't win for losing. If he says nothing, they hate him. If he doesn't say anything, they hate him. I think maybe we should have just realized after the draft, they just hate him. Yeah. Maybe that just is what it is. And that is what it is, man. All you got to do is wait on your opportunity. The same exact thing I said in August, the same thing I'm saying in October. Flacco is 1,000 years old. He's not going to last. Dylan Gabriel's not good at football. He's not going to last. Meaning Shador is going to have a chance. And right now we're going to see that chance. I got my perfect timing T-shirt at the house. So when he starts in 2 weeks, I'll have it up here on the show so you guys can see that I already called that out. But we're out of time here today on Friday Night Flex. We want to thank everybody for coming in here. We definitely want to thank Miss Jarman for that meal that she had in there earlier today.
Lights out.
Phenomenal meal. I'm going to see a little bit of that in a second when we get off here in the show. But thanks to everybody watching. Give y'all the final scores here from the few games we had. Midway with a basketball score, 66
put
to
up
47.
100
points getting put up in a high school football game. We saw that as Midway offense has another week where they go over 45 points. Once again, Coach Joe Gillespie doing a great job with those guys. Axtell gets a 35-7 win over Valley Mills. Both of those teams were undefeated. Dawson pulls off the upset. 1-4 Dawson against 5-0 Bosqueville. Dawson dominates 38-7 in this game. Chilton does what we thought they were going to do, 34-0 win over Mark. Bremond, another huge win over Wortham, 61-0. Frost gets Meridian 38-14. Goldwaite gets Hubbard 65-0. Live Oak gets the win over Sacred Heart 27-6. Texas win stays undefeated 57-8 over Blum. Covington gets the win 54-24 over Penelope. Homeschool Abbott, Hill County Wolves homeschool loses to Abbott 63-18. Coolidge gets the win 56-23 over Mount Calm. Big win for Coolidge right there. Aquila, another big win 64-0 over Bynum. We got more games coming on tomorrow as well. And Morgan and Gustine. Gustine gets a win 54-8. Jonesboro loses 12-58 to the Austin Royals homeschool. Like I said, District starts for everybody next Friday. We're going to have all the coverage for that throughout the week and right here on Friday Night Flex, as most guys will continue their after coming off of their bye weeks. But we want to thank everybody. We want to thank our sponsors, RJ's Bargain Center. Make sure you guys check them out. Also, once again, want to thank Ms. Jarman for coming up here. Make sure you guys check it out. We're winding this episode. When this is over, check out that segment about 40 minutes into the show. You'll see the segment on there. She's got all our handles, social medias. Will all be in our description after this game as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back next week here on Friday Night Flex. You'll see Wayne and Rocky throughout the week on Centex Primetime. Tomorrow, MCC Volleyball at 1 o'clock. Make sure you guys tune in right here on Centex Sports Network. Jalen Gillis signing off for Wayne Walker and Rocky Miller. We will see you guys next time. Everybody have a great weekend.
Peace.